Hey, what is up, guys? It's Guiltspire here, and welcome back to Dead by Daylight. How y'all doing today on this terrific Tuesday afternoon? Hopefully all are doing well. I know I am. However, I get a sense that the bug by daylight do be a thing. So let's do this real quick. We're just going to fix that by hopefully resetting Dead by Daylight. Wait. Did Steam really go down? What? No, it's not that time on a Tuesday. It's normally earlier. That's why I don't expect it. It is a Tuesday, you're not wrong. But it's not usually right now. Huh. Alright, well. Got 8-12 in my match a few minutes ago. Yeah, so it's the 80-12 error code. Alright, well, I guess now the perfect time for Cat. I'll go grab Cat. I'll be right back. Steam, oh Steam. I have Cat. Oh, there go my drivers. Great timing. I mean, there's Cat, to be fair. Yes, Meep. There we go. It is Cat. She's in her bed, so I decided to take her bed with her. She apparently enjoys this. I think she's very confused as well, to be fair. Are you happy? Are you enjoying this? I think she just is confused. What are you doing? Don't move around too much. Oh my god, why are you being wiggly? Don't be wiggly. Go say hi to chat. What do you have to say? She has nothing to say, apparently. Was that a cat? This is a cat. You are correct. She's very confused, because I've never done this before, so she's just kind of a cat taco in her bed, to be fair. Alright, let's see. Up you go, small cat. Oh, this way. There you go. This way chat can see you. I need to get like a second camera for Meep. Get like a cat cam. She's very confused. Like, she isn't annoyed, she is confused. No, don't. When I move, you always look the other way. Why is that? Okay, now what? Don't move around. No, don't look that way. There you go. No, not that way. Trying to face you towards the camera. You're not helping. Stop. There we go. That's better. See, now they can see you. Oh. Nope, not that way. This way. Nope, not that way. They can't turn you the way that you're facing. Oh, there we go. That's better. No, not. Why do you keep on looking back at the green screen? There's nothing on the green screen. Do you just want to touch the green screen with your claws? Is that why? There we go. No, not this way. This way. There we go. See? Now people can see you, Meep. Do you not want to be seen? No, not... Stop. You cannot touch the green screen. Yeah. Maybe eventually when I have some more expendable income, I'll get a cat cam going. Because it is difficult to, like, hold her in my lap and or hold her up in her bed. What? Why are you sniffing your bed? This is your bed, so it's your smell. You and your stinky butt. That's why I go into the groomer tomorrow. Are you having fun? Hi. What you thinking? Other than I'm confused. Alright, if I put you in my lap, will you lay down? Or are you going to try and escape? Yet to be determined. Yet to be determined. I wonder, can I zoom out my camera? I actually don't know. It's been a while since I've, like, messed with my camera settings. In a hot minute. No, I don't think I can. I think I did not zoom it in at all. So, nope. I want a cat, but can't get cat. No cat equals sad. Yeah, cats are good. Every so often you get a glimpse of Meep ear. I mean, I can give you like a glimpse of her butt back here. There's her butt. You wanna say hi to chat again? There we go. Can we do this? Does this work? This kind of works. Maybe? Kind of not really. Do you want to purr into the microphone? Do some cat ASMR? Meep emotes? Maybe. Next time I commission Sophie, it's probably going to be like another 6 months because Sophie is like wicked busy. But I could do some Meep emotes. Right now I want to see... So you want to know a cool thing that Twitch has done recently? I can see how often you guys use the emotes both in stream and out. So like I'm trying to figure out like where to put things based on that. Turn your chair around. Keep Meep in my lap, then slowly turn around and say, chat, we've been expecting you. Alright, for the memes, why not? Let's see. How do we want to do this, Meep? The thing is, I can't, like, show Meep on screen while petting her, but let's see if we can make it work. And also, this green screen is much closer than you might think. Let's see, can I... Ugh, maybe not. Chat. I have been expecting you. You can kind of see me. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You can see, like, the top of her head. Hi. Yeah, eventually I'll try and, like, maybe get another camera so I can get, like, a wide shot instead of the close-up, because my camera right now is just mounted at the top of the monitor, so maybe I need to get, like, a secondary camera at some point so I can do a multicam setup. I also want to... Has anyone here had experience with Mix It Up? It's a OBS plugin. I'm looking into it so you guys can do some fun stuff with like animated channel point rewards. Like I'm thinking of getting the Wheel of Killer emote animated for Mix It Up. And so, like, it'll spin, like, actually, like, spin a wheel. It won't spin the wheel, but, like, it'll show up an emote or an animation, which I think would be kind of cool. So, if any of you guys have experience with Mix It Up, let me know, because I'm kind of curious about trying that out. Hi, are you having fun? Reopen Steam. Is it working again? I mean, I have it up. I just haven't been trying to see if it works. Hi. Yes, are you enjoying yourself down there? The funny thing is she normally doesn't like sitting in my lap in the chair because she doesn't have like a flat surface to lay down in. But I think because of the bed, she's happy with it. Hi. Yes, you seem to be having fun. You seem to be having fun. Alright, sounds good. Well, first what we're going to do, because we're almost maxed out on blood points, we're going to first play a match of Survivor. And then after that, then we'll do some killer. Apparently, this event, you just start rolling in the blood points, which I'm happy to hear. I like it when, you know, these type of events actually, you know, contribute to, you know, people getting the things they need, because we're almost maxed out already. Like, I was at I think 560 or 600,000 blood points last night when we ended stream. All right, man, it's time for Dead by Daylight. You want to say bye to chat? You wanna say bye? Any last words? No? No last words? Okay. He's a very affectionate cat. You wanna give me a kitty kiss on stream? No? You don't wanna give a kitty kiss? Thank you. He's a very good cat. She is cute. Hear that? Everyone loves you, Meat. Alright, I'm gonna go put Meat back in her cat cave. He's like, wait, no, don't leave. Don't take me away. Alright. He doesn't like PDA? That's a lie. That is a lie. Okay. The event DS is broken. Wait, what? The event DS is broken, Haddonfield banned? What do you mean, this event DS? Do you mean like Decisive Strike? What? That's a new sound. Wiggle skill checks don't work with DS, it just breaks. Yeah. You got DS just fine. Really? I didn't notice about the new skill checks. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. You love that new sound? You don't use wiggle skill checks? I'm gonna use wiggle skill checks and see if I like them or not. Speaking of, do we want to be toxic? Huntress Lullaby changed? Is it just for the new skin on Huntress, or is it in general? Do you guys want to be toxic? Because I feel like we're going to be toxic. Let's see. Thompson House should still be enabled. We're going to try and get ourselves to Thompson House. I'm trying to think what else. We could try Dead Dog, but I think Thompson House is the best bet. Just so we can be toxic. Just so we... Wait, can we be even more toxic? Wait, how toxic can we be? Could we somehow get a boil over play into Power Struggle? Hold up. That would work, wouldn't it? Boil over into Power Struggle? No, see, that's annoying toxic. Flip-flop with boil over. And yes, that would. Do we want to do flip-flop, though? Do we need flip-flop? I guess flip-flop wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe like boil over, flip-flop, and unbreakable. Because this only gives us 25%. When boil over the new boil over when you use it purposefully, I feel. Because this, on certain maps, I don't think you can actually get people on the hook. So I'm thinking maps like Thompson House. Dead Dog on some rare occasions, you might not be able to. Top of Cold Tower. Like, you can very purposely activate Boil Over or get Boil Over to activate. Okay, let's do this. We'll do Boil Over. We're gonna do Boil Over build. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Boil Over. We're going to do Flip Flop and Unbreakable. So here's the plan. Here's the plan. We are going to try and get ourselves sent to Thompson House. Alternatively, we could try, like, Dead Dog Saloon. What else could we do? We could do Dead Dog Saloon. We could do... Ooh, you know what we could do as well? We could do Ormond. Ormond might work. Make sure we get down, like, at the pallet. Do you know what pallet I'm talking about? The one up top? That would work, because either they drop down or walk all the way back. Ormond might be pretty good. Watch creepy stuff for like 4 hours. It's 4 a.m. now. I feel uncomfortable as the only awake person in the house. Hey, what's up, bud? You should probably like watch someone more cheerful. Someone a wee bit more cheerful. Ormond. Yeah, I think Ormond. Trying to think like hook placement for hook placement. Ormond might be a bit rough. I'm not gonna lie there. I'm trying to think. Like, what map could we get the most boil over value and almost guarantee that if we go down in a certain place, we don't get hooked? Like, Ormond top floor, they would have to either bring us down the stairs or drop off out of the window, right? Thompson House, I don't think as a static might be stinkiest for hooks. I'm trying to think of like where on RPD, and my only thought would be the library. Right now we're doing a special build, correct. We're trying to be a little bit of a nuisance with boil over. If not, hook spawns there. I've seen it happen twice. That's true. That's true. But I'm trying to see how we can get boil over value specifically. How can we get boil over value specifically and guarantee not going down if we get downed with boil over? Or hooked, rather. Like, top of Thompson House would work unless they have a basement there, right? Dead Dog could work, but hooks are usually pretty close to the saloon. Crotus Pren could work. Coal Tower McMillan would definitely work. Or actually, you know what would be really good is Ironworks of Misery. Ironworks of Misery could be a fantastic map for boil over. Because if you go upstairs, they either walk all the way down the steps or drop down. I think you could probably make that work. Sometimes, though, sometimes a hook does spawn in the middle. Would be the only concern. Let's try Ormond and see if we can find a spot where we can't be hooked. That's going to be my goal now. I also realized I should have been using blood points this entire time. So let's start doing that, because I done did forget. Now, when you said they're all new sounds, I didn't think, like, all new sounds. I just thought that they added some things. What the hell? Is that, like, permanent? That's so jarring. Like, I didn't expect that. I don't know if I like those sounds. Like, that one's cool. I like that one. But like the blood web sounds, that one's odd. That's very odd, okay. I wonder why they made the choice to update those of all things. All right. So we're gonna try and go to the Ormond. And we're gonna try and get boil over value. Question is, okay, here's the question. I made a dumb decision last night. Giraffe knows what I did. What you do, Simple? I'm curious now. Also, I love this loading screen. This looks amazing. I'm trying to think. I have a few ideas. Where we want to go down to guarantee boil over value. I'm thinking if the window on second floor is there, we can specifically get downed at that window or in that room, and I don't know if they'll be able to get me out. Watched Annabelle Creation. What that? It sounds familiar, but it doesn't ring a bell. I don't know why. Is it a horror movie? All right, trying to think. So we're running Balanced Landing, running Boil Over, running Flip Flop, and Power Struggle. I mean, as long as very, very scary movie, okay, I have to look into it. I didn't bring any items, did I? I should have brought a, like, toolbox. Whoops. Whoopsie. All right, let's go about main building real quick. I'm curious. What was that sound? Oh! It's a dock boy. Shotgun. Okay, so drop down's there. Which means window is over here. So we're gonna want to get downed in this room. That is our goal. Get downed in that room and we're golden. Alright, let's start working on this. Oh, I didn't turn on the other setting, did I? Alright, Doctor Boy. How you doing, bud? Get some bounce landing. What the hell? Why was he there of all places? I'm so confused. And that hit? Okay. I is confused, but sure. I'm dead here, yeah? Somehow not as dead as I thought I was. Go figure. Okay. I don't know how we escaped that alive, but I'm fine with this. Expected something weird is going on with an object. I slowly burn it with petrol and bury the ashes. If I oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was hitting skill checks. That's a whoops right there. Hi, Doc me boy. How you doing, bud? Well, that's mildly unfortunate. I did not realize that he had dropped down that way. Okay, I kind of like this. Oh, interesting. Like a haunted doll or something? Yo, what's up, NT Serena? How you doing today, bud? He's looking in lockers. Why? Yeah, so that is the new skill check. Where is inverted interaction behavior, run to cancel, toggle. There we go. So now we should. Oh, I didn't realize that. For like escape, you press it now, then you have to cancel it. Ooh, interesting. Hi, Billboard. Yeah, BT. I hope you have BT, bud. Interesting. Oh, I tried, Bill. Looks like he might try and tunnel me. No, he doesn't. Okay, we're fine then. I mean, we're only on 1 gen left. Am I insane to think, like, something about movements feels different? I don't know why. Just something feels different with movement. I'm not sure if it's like either that or the POV. Hi, Claudia girl. I was hoping that Claude could try and help me out. No dice, however. And she's still hovering around there too. She takes a hit. That's not great. Alright, he's checking if anyone's going down in the basement. I don't like that. Well, I saved you, Bill. That means I'm going down as well. Maybe he might not pick me up. Never mind. Spirit of Annabelle. That's right, I'm not. Interesting. That's really interesting. I do like the skill check wiggle. I do like that. I'm hoping that one person is at least on a gen. Takes some getting used to, but I really like it. Yeah. The one thing I don't like, I turned off the toggle. Yeah, I like that for gens. Like, if I could specify it for, like, specific objects, then I think I would use it. But the fact that I can't, like, fake out grabs on hooks is something that I don't like. Now, Bill, let's not do 1-for-1 trade. It's so strange. Why does it seem like he's... Alright, so we need to hit these now. Yeah, so we got the boil over value there. So up there is enough. So here's the thing. Let's see if we can make it happen again. She has no ad, so let's see if this works a second time. Okay, I think the new boil over's a little bit busted. I don't know about you guys. I think it might be just mildly busted. I have no idea where they are. I mean, I think on certain maps, I don't think you can do anything. Like, as a killer, I don't think you can actually do anything. You just go up to that spot there, and I think you're just SOL. Thank you for the heals. Bye, doctor. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. New boilover, definitely feeling busted. Just a little. Just a tiny bit. Okay. Well, after seeing how significant that is, yeah, boilovers banned in COTF. No questions asked. No questions asked about that. Boilovers now banned. All right. Hey, what's up, Cookie? How you doing today, bud? Hopefully you're well. We are, how many blood points did we, I guess we didn't spend that many blood points, to be fair. Do we just play Survivor right now until I can drain blood points? I think I'm going to. I need to, like, just make it so that I'm going to redeem. So, Baker, I refunded your blood points real quick. I'm going to see how ridiculous we can make Boilover. Like, I'm trying to think, what other maps could we run? With Macmillan, we have a chance of Coal Tower, Groaning Storehouse. I do need to spend BP, you're right. Someone to run Power Struggle. Someone to run Power Struggle? What do you mean, run Power Struggle? RPD Library. So I think that, like, RPD Library is busted as is. I don't think you need to, like, bust it anymore, right? So my biggest thing is, what other maps can you just run Boilover, Flip-Flop, and Unbreakable, and for you physically not be able to get hooked? I'm pretty certain, as we saw last match, that, whatchamacallit, upstairs Leary's? No, I think that there's hooks close enough to the stairs. I think that there are hooks close enough to the stairs, but for example, Orman's second floor at the pallet, I don't think the killer can do anything, especially if the pallet's already dropped and they pick you up. I'm pretty sure they physically can't do anything. The new artist one worked pretty well. Scourge Hook? Are you talking about Scourge Hook Pain Resonance? Because Pain Resonance is a fantastic perk, it's nutty. Once we finally get rid of some blood points, we're going to be running Dead Man Switch Scourge Hook today and seeing how well that works. I think it's going to be stupid powerful. Trying to think, like, what other maps. So, like, not Groaning Storehouse, Ironworks of Misery would be a good option. I think even Coal Tower could be a good option for Boilover. And by good option, I mean stupid good for no intent reason. Per map for the people. No. Eerie of Crows. So here's the reason why Eerie of Crows wouldn't work. There is a hook that sometimes spawns upstairs. Gas even when doors are closed. How would that work? Boilover gets you 25% when they drop off of a height that would activate Bounce Landing. So Gas Heaven wouldn't make sense. So yeah, no, Gas Heaven wouldn't make sense for a Boilover. Haddonfield though. But Haddonfield's disabled. So that's not an option for us to do stupid stuff with. I think Orman might be one of the most consistent. I've thought about Dead Dog as well, but even that isn't necessarily consistent because you would need to have enough recovery prior to them getting you to a hook, right? And I think that in a lot of cases, the hooks are close enough to the drop downs to where you wouldn't be able to wiggle off in time. So, like, I thought about Dead Dog, but I don't know if that actually will apply. Maybe, no, even Gallows. Like, hooks spawn really close to Gallows. And hooks spawn pretty close to Saloon. Orman, good. You could probably do, like, second floor of Mother's Dwelling, like on Main, for example. That might work. or on Smoke Shack. Thompson House, absolutely. Thompson House, I think, is going to be busted. That's what we were trying to do earlier, was trying to get Thompson House, but then I changed it to Ormond because I want to see how busted it was on Ormond. And it's pretty busted on Ormond. Ironworks and Misery, but it's really difficult to guarantee Ironworks. Like, if I'm thinking from a pub perspective, I want a map that I can guarantee. So, like, I'm thinking Ormond. I'm thinking, obviously, like, RPD, Eerie of Crows. Upstairs Temple. I guess Temple of Purgation, only if the opening spawns. Sometimes it's a window and they're just going to drag you down instead. But most times they're going to drop down to the hook. So maybe. That could potentially work. That could potentially work. RPD, I'm trying to think where that would work specifically, where they need to drop down other than that. Sounds good, Giraffe. I appreciate it. Alright, we're approaching 500,000, so we'll play some killer after this. We'll play some killer since we're finally around 500 or close to getting below. So interesting, the sound that I'm hearing is the sound of the entity claiming whatever, an item or an offering. Very interesting. Yeah, game... Ooh, hold on. I'm trying to think, could the game work? Like, right now, from what I've seen, Ormond seems to be one of the best maps for consistency's sake. Crota's Pren could work pretty well, as no hook spawn in Disturbed Ward. No hook spawn in Father Campbell's Chapel. So Crota's Pren could work pretty well. Thompson House would work pretty well. Second floor of Grim Pantry could work pretty well. Ironworks of Misery. Midwich, not so much. Larry's, not so much. Mother's Dwelling, maybe. Templar Purgation, maybe. Springwood, no. Unless they try and get you into basement. Like, if they're trying to get you basement and they drop down instead of walking down the stairs, then maybe on that. Yamaoka, no. Trying to think of, like, what else would work. Oh, you know what? Top floor of Maine and Blood Lodge. Most killers would probably jump down. Yeah, that would work. Ooh. Well, let's see. Azarov's, which we'd hope for Blood Lodge. Or Ormond, in which case Ormond just busted. Seen a Billy on top of Jen and Ormond today? Is it the return of Space Billy? Are we seeing the return of the space program for Bill Boy? Yeah, I think, and this comes back to another conversation that we've had, or other Dead by Daylight content creators have also had, which is, I think they need to remove map offerings. I think that 9 times out of 10 when you see map offerings brought, it is to disenfranchise the other side. Either killers bringing a build that's really good on a specific map, or survivors bringing a build that's really good on a specific map. It's pretty simple to get on the gen. Oh. See, I've never tried. So, fair enough. Imagine just chainsaw, like, off the top onto the gen. Well, what map do we get? Because I will say the build is very map dependent. I don't think this is a build, boil over, power struggle, and flip-flop that you just can use on a random map and have it work. Though I wonder. Okay, so we're on Ormond. You have to get on the stairs, then bounce off a small building. A small building? Like a small ramp? Alright. Let's do gens this time. I don't think we actually... What this? It's an envelope. Oh, that's a spirit. No, thank you, spirit. Please don't chase the Felix. Thankfully, she tried to predict where I went, and I decided to go the other way. So that works out perfectly. Hi, friend. How are you? All right, let's use balance to leave. She's a 110 killer, so we can kind of take this a bit wide. Alright, she saw through the mind game. Good stuff. We can't really play the LT, can we? I don't think we even need to. Did she leave me? I think she left me. Okay, basement's there again. That's perfect. That is perfect. We're just gonna get down here. We're fine. She can't do anything. Like, watch. Watch what happens now. I don't think she'll be able to do anything. Like, from this place here. I seriously think Boilover's busted. Like, on specific maps, I don't think the killer can physically do anything. Like, I just heal here, and it doesn't matter. If I go down here, she cannot hook me. I do not know what they were thinking with Boilover. Love that they buffed it, don't get me wrong. I do not know what they're thinking of Boilover. To be 100% honest with you. I think that they just made a busted perk. Hi, friend. How are you? Let's see what she does. I actually have no idea where she went. She didn't phase walk, she just kind of left. So, back onto the gen we go. And now we just wait for balanced landing to allow us to loop the area. And then if she actually downs us at any point, we just go upstairs and she physically can't do anything. Yeah, that's rough. Like, that is just such a rough scenario. I do like just being able to chill on the gen and not hold the button, I'll be honest. It is quite nice. Alright, does she go for me? She does go for me, so bounce landing away. Hello, friend. How are you? I see the Claudette is enjoying herself with her seizure stick. I shall be your bodyguard, friend. No. No hit for you. No Meg for you. You're not allowed to get it. All right. And he's gone. I mean, I can just kind of chill here, I guess. Though she doesn't have Noah. She on Meg. Hi again. Where is exit gate? Oh, there's the exit gate. We're good. Over there. Hi, friend. She's not even going to hit me. Fair enough. Fair enough. Wait, she's on Claude. Hi, Claude. How are you? Don't mind. Do you want to heal you? I can do that. Now, don't you be rude. Why do you have to be rude? Goodbye. Goodbye, spirits. I do bid you adieu. And I'm sure the other two survivors are sitting in the exit gate. There's no reason for them not to be, right? Oh my god. What have these survivors been doing? She's gonna die. She's gonna die. How? Yeah, what have you been doing, Megan? Freaking sitting in the corner for innovation and picking your nose? And why did you go further? Like, you know an exit gate's already open, yet you I have so many questions for this Megan, and I think I will receive 0 answers. Like, she has to make it across the entire map, and there's no way she does. What is Nancy doing? Nancy's just chilling at the exit gate. Yeah, there's no way Meg lives. She has less than 30 seconds on EGC, and she's nowhere near the exit gate. Like, I'm sorry, Meg. We can only do so much. And you have demonstrated that even our best is not enough. Poor Megan. Nancy, just leave. You can't help this poor soul. But with that being said, GG, well played to the survivors and the spirits. Megan becomes Spirit Chow. Yeah, pretty much. She just decided, I'm just gonna not work on the exit gate. I'm not gonna find the other exit gate that's open. I'm just gonna chill, do whatever. Yeah, no, in all seriousness though, oh no, it's another TTV. I need to check this now. A, we're gonna give a shout out. B, I need to see what the reaction was. Cause I can't imagine that like when you pick up a survivor with boilover in those areas, that's a fun feeling. Okay, so they are live. So you guys are interested in stopping by saying hi, please make sure to do so. That way you can show that we support the Dead by Daylight content creators. And Bake, if you're here, if you want to re-roll or spin the wheel again and do it adept, I will do it now since we actually have some room for blood points. Or not, you know, not works too. But for now, we will play some Wraith. And we're gonna take off Pop Goes the Weasel. And we're gonna put on a good old Dead Man Switch. Because Dead Man Switch is now meta. Because why wouldn't it be? Where is Dead Man Switch? There is Dead Man Switch. Alright, we're on the sacrificial kick.
I get into a survivor game, I'm not gonna fucking hate it. I just hate it right now.
Sorry for the boil over.
Thank you for the follow. Thank you guys for the follows. GG's.
Always here to support.
How are you guys doing? Oh yeah, I knew you had it as soon as you took me upstairs. I was like, oh, they got boiled over. I was like, I'm fucked. I was like, I'm fucked. I got boil over.
Literally can't do
yeah, it's so
anything
cracked. I was like, damn.
on
As soon as I saw the little icon, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it to this fucking hook.
You don't. That's the answer. You just simply don't. We'll look up on next.
Yeah, I'm gonna try the new boil over when I play Survivor today.
You should.
Because it looks fun.
I mean, fun's a word. Fun's a word, I do suppose. I don't know if it's the right word, mind you. But it is a word. All right, let's see. I wanna see. Okay, so here's when they down me. I just want to see the reaction.
Sorry about this, Dusty. He might have boil over.
I do have boil over. Like, I'm trying to see where the closest hook is.
With this new fucking boil
Yeah, that
over.
hook is right there.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's busted. They're gonna have to tone that down.
Boil over is a lot. I'm leaving him.
Yeah, no, they have to tone that down. Like, the hook was right there on the corner. Deadman is meta in half a day. I think between Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance, and Deadman Switch, because here's the thing, I thought Deadman Switch had more counterplay than it did. She does sound adorable. I think, so I didn't realize how busted Deadman Switch was because who used Deadman Switch prior to this buff. I thought how Deadman Switch work was that if a survivor working on a gen, when you hook the survivor, let go of the gen, it blocked for 45 seconds. That's not how it works. How it actually works is that when you hook a survivor, it activates Deadman Switch for 45 seconds. And when a survivor leaves that generator, at any point in time, during that 45-second window, it gets blocked off for the remainder of Deadman Switch. So, yeah, it's a little bit busted, I'm not gonna lie. After realizing that, it's definitely gonna get banned in Champions of the Fog. Ooh, good check for respect. I like it. Get the hit though. No, I don't think you're gonna do that. Interesting. Dead Hard got me to hit on Kate. That was an odd one. We'll have to take the hit on Meg. And then we're going to continue on Claude because there's no reason for me to drop Chase on her, right? She tries the bait. Why ban it? Isn't it a killer's job to understand they have boil over? Because on certain maps, you're literally not going to be able to do anything. Like we saw with Ormond, you physically can't do anything about boil over. Okay, so yeah, Scourge Hook, Deadman Switch. You regressed it by 15 seconds, or 15%. You then block it for an additional 45 seconds. Dead Hard. And you get information as well. Leave them slugged. But you can't do that in a comp match, Baker. That's the problem. You can't simply leave people slugged in comp. Where are you? Okay, so Deadman Switch is still activated. So when we activate this, if that isn't the most progressed gen. Okay, so that's the most progressed gen. So is it still regressing? It is still regressing. Interesting. Okay. There's the unhook. We're gonna go back for that. Yeah. And the fact that Deadman Switch also has no cooldown after it's kind of nutty. That's kind of nutty. Who's in a better position? Kate is at Shack, so we're gonna go for Lori, trying to get her at this pallet. Perfect. So we're just gonna bring you to another Scourge Hook. Yeah, yep. I have come to the conclusion Dead Man Switch is already pretty nutty. Like, I was thinking it already because of how I thought it worked, but it works even better. Yep, saw that one coming. There's Dead Man Switch. Hi, Megan. And now, if that is no longer the most progressed gen, then next Scourge Hook will hit a different gen. All right, let's go for this Survivor. Oh, there's a lorry. Oof, I was a little bit off there. I'm surprised that she actually vaulted that. I thought she's gonna fake for sure. Ooh, are those new sounds when you pick up? That's odd. I don't feel like I've heard those sounds before. Like, they've added a few things here and there. Okay, so Saloon again. Watch this. This is better than Deadlock. This is 100% better than Deadlock. Like, no questions asked. Like, Dead Man Switch and Scourge Hook. And because you don't have to, like, physically hit the gen, like, you don't have to go up and kick it. Yeah, Dead Man Switch is getting banned from comp. Like, I didn't realize it before, but I definitely do now. You have Dead Hard, let's remember that. I was hoping to get her to vault. She did not vault. Ooh, we almost got her there on the mind game. We almost got her there. I think they get Saloon at this point. That's it, you. They were blocking the other injured survivor, so it wasn't much I could do, unfortunately. There's Lori. I mean, I know you're up here. Not sure what you thought you were doing. You have pallets. Alright, let's do this. So I'm trying to think, if we're looking at a balance of gen regression and gen slowdown, I think you can make the argument... What just happened there? That was such odd movement. I'm not sure if she dead-hearted or if she lagged. That was odd. Like, she was there and then she wasn't. I'm wondering, would Scourge Hook, Dead Man Switch, and Deadlock make sense? Or a Dead Man Switch, Scourge Hook make more sense instead? Let's get that on Meg. Good play, though. I appreciate that attempt, not gonna lie. Now, let's remember, I think you have Dead Hard, right? There it is. Take it out them, too. Let's get you onto a Scourge Hook, friendo. You know what? We can go over here. Wait, why is... Oh, so that's another gen that must have been jumped off of while Dead Man Switch was still up. Noted. We're gonna wait till Dead Man Switch is off, and then reactivate it. Okay, yeah, no. Dead Man Switch is busted. Because, like, if you're patient on hooks like that, then what can they do? For all intent and purpose, they really can't do much. Like, if you know that you have 16 seconds to work with, that's kind of ridiculous. That's good for Kate. Oh, I was kind of hoping that you'd replay the tile there, because we can do our cheeky hit. Alright, where are we going, Kate, me girl? Yep, figured that she'd double back. Good play, though. There's the dead hard. I think she did dead hard, but I think she must have got caught on geometry. Alright, dead man switch is deactivated. I don't think that we get her to a scourge hook, so we're just gonna put her on a hook. Better to do that than to risk it. Dead man switch will activate nonetheless. And then if they get off the gens, it A, blocks it, B, they, we know where they are. It's not there. Not there. So looks like they must have gotten off of the gens prior to the hook then, which is a smart play. Not there. All right. Yeah, looks like they must have just left gens. Hi, friends. How you doing? And it looks like I'm gonna go for the vault. Now, she does have dead hard. Let's remember that fact. Fake her out, and let's put you on the scourge hook. Yes, we have Gen Slowdown from Scourge Hook Gift of Pain. That's 9% after a heal. We have Gen Regression from Scourge Hook Pain Residence. And then Information and Additional Regression from Scourge Hook Gift of Pain Residence. We could drop Corrupt and run Pop. I don't know if it's entirely necessary, though. Like, I seriously don't know if Pop is even necessary for this build, because it's just so much slowdown. It really is. Where'd they go? I do not know. Where do the survivors go? They're playing the game really slow now. This is gonna work on most killers? Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, this build right here you could use on almost every killer. Because it doesn't require you to go across the map to kick a gen like Pop does. And Deadman Switch will activate every time you hook. Unless, big unless here, unless you down them too quickly, which is a different problem to have, to be fair. Okay, seriously, where the hell are they? Survivors? Like, there's still 3 of them left. Not here. Have they given up? Because I physically can't find them. I don't know. I seriously don't. They're not on Gallows, right? Not there. Okay, am I insane? Or have they not touched a single gen? Hey, what's up, Pixel? How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. I wonder if they just gave up. I mean, one's dead on 4 gens, 8 hooks in. So I wouldn't blame them in a sense. No, we're just gonna kick it so we can tell whether or not they've touched it, right? Did I see someone up here? No, I don't think I did. Definitely not there. Hey, there we go. She had crows. Hi, Kate girl. Lockers or basement or something? Yeah, I think she's definitely in a locker for a bit. Dead hard. Good stuff. Well, let's throw her on a scourge hook. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what scenario Dead Man Switch doesn't work. And there are very few scenarios. We see scratch marks over here. Hold up. Hello there, Claudie. Call out post for the onion as finished cutting made me cry, which was frankly rude. Boy. Making dinner now, thank you, Frankie. I appreciate the heads up. Alright, there's the fake. Is this fun event or mostly a repeat of the new year? They have some like special event cosmetics that you get for free by just like, you know, playing the game, which is nice. I just realized that she has 3 pallets here to work with. There's the dead hard. Good fake though. Yep, she does well faking. I appreciate it. But yeah, I would say definitely an event worthwhile. The rewards are nice. I mean, is there even a point for me to go for the Scourge Hook here? I'm pretty sure all the gens are dead. Might as well. Either ways, the amount of blood points you get are definitely nothing to sneeze at. Can you give you a kiss? How you doing today, Don? Hope you're doing well. Well, no kisses, but we can definitely give you a hug. We do have a hug command. Alright, well, that will be that. Let's just break the balance for some extra brutality, though I think I am maxed out, so point. I am maxed out, so definitely is a moot point. And let's see. Oh, I was about to say, let's try and find the hatch. You know what? We're gonna give Meg the exit gate. I don't want to take forever to find hatch, but we'll give her exit gate. That's a cute emote, though. Yes, the cat emote is very cute. That is a very good use of an animated emote. All right, Megan, where are you going? Are you over at that exit gate? Or are you coming here? You should be invisible right now as we stand still. So if she comes over here, she won't be any the wiser. I haven't played a video game in like 3 weeks. By choice or... Meg, are you not going to either exit gate? Is she AFK? Do I have a computer? Yeah, you know what? That will do it. That will do it. What are we doing? Oh, hi. You want to leave? You can leave. I'll give you the escape. No? Do you not want to escape? Come on, just open the exit gate. You don't have much time, girl. You have... I don't know if you have enough time now is the problem. She might die to EGC because she took too long. I think she dies to EGC. That's like maybe 10 seconds, another 10 seconds. Oh, she might barely make it, like a few seconds away. Now leave. Run, Megan, run! There we go. But GG, well played to the survivors. I was gonna say, and the Meg. Meg's not the killer. I'm the killer, but GG's nonetheless. Yeah. This is gonna be interesting. When 4 gens pop in a span of 5 seconds while I'm in chase. Is it in regards to you had a hacker? Or you just overcommitted to a chase? I'm not sure which. Both are options, I suppose. Unless they somehow reintroduced old brand new parts. Yeah, the hacker, okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. All right, let's give another win streak to Zarethi boy. He's now into a 4-win streak. Good stuff. Insert shop, thank you much for the resubscribe. How you doing today, bud? Hopefully doing well. What counts as a win? A 3K plus hatch or a 4K? Or if we close the hatch before the survivor escapes via the exit gate? Things are going well. Things going well. Cannot complain. You can actually check out all of the rules on !streak, where you can also find our XL as well, which will show you all of the streaks that we are on. Like, we right now have a 10-win streak on Trapper. All of the matches are linked to our VOD. So if you ever want to, like, oh, you know, what did that match look like? Or, I don't think he actually got 50 wins in a row, if anyone wants to ever say that. And then I can, like, check the VODs. These are all the VODs in order, where we didn't lose a single time. And it's not like I play offline either, so... Alright. Like, there's that controversy recently with, Demogorgon. There's a Demogorgon who claimed to have, like, a 500-some-odd win streak. And then everyone went, hold up, that's not possible, right? And then apparently, like, in their About Me, it says that they derank offline, and there's, like, evidence of them deranking. Is the back button not working in-game? Were you playing as Killer or Survivor Dawn? As Killer, you probably just got insta-queued, unless you were in the pre-game, and you still were not able to, in which case, I guess it's busted. And welcome back, Baker. If you want to re-roll an Adept again, feel free to do so, as I did refund you earlier. And that tea's still too hot. Too hot. I was in the rift selecting a challenge, and it would like... Oh, that one. I'm trying to remember how to work around that. How's the new event? So far, so good, I guess. Definitely getting a bit of blood points, which is nice. But outside of that, I mean, it's not... It is buggy, yes. They did introduce a number of bugs. Demogorgon no longer can shred breakable walls or pallets. Bubba can no longer break a pallet after downing a survivor. Nurse is literally bugged to hell and back. I'm trying to think of what other bugs. I think those are like the major ones as of this moment. Thought it was crazy earlier playing Nurse. No, Nurse is just straight up bugged. Now we're gonna leave the AFK there, because why not? What? Okay. Oh, it doesn't sound good on the bug side. Yeah, they, you know, sometimes we get a patch where there's very few bugs, and sometimes we get a patch where there's many bug, and it's kind of hit or miss. Oh, she had boil over. Look at this. Well, boil over ain't gonna help you now. Okay, so Deadman Switch is active. However, I want to note that Deadman Switch did not block the gen. Interestingly enough, I do see that there was scratch marks. And I think they're still behind me. Alright, Deadman Switch will activate over there, though. So that's going to be blocked now for like another 22.5 seconds. Why would you ever use Deadman Switch? Because Scourge Hook Deadman Switch is kinda busted. So here's how it works. When you hook a survivor on a Scourge Hook, for example, and a survivor is on a gen, you'll regress it by 15%, and that survivor then screams. When they scream, they let go of the generator. And when they let go of the generator, because of Deadman Switch, it then gets blocked for 45 seconds. And that's not an inconsequential amount of time, where they simply cannot work on that generator. And then it continues to regress thereafter at 0.3% per second. But it's still not insignificant in the grand scheme of things if they have left the gen to work elsewhere. And as long as Deadman Switch is activated, you can block another gen. I thought that Deadman Switch wasn't as busted as I thought it was, but it really is busted. How I thought it worked, and I want to make this clear. How I thought it worked is that Deadman Switch more or less checked if a survivor was on a gen. If the survivor is on a gen and they let go of the gen, then Deadman Switch activates on the generator while the 45-second window's up. However, it simply just works as long as Deadman Switch is activated for 45 seconds. If they jump on a gen, then jump off the gen, stuff like that, it will still activate. It's kind of a nutty perk. And I think they do need to tune it. Did they buff Deadman Switch? Yes, they did buff Deadman Switch. They made it to where when you hook any survivor, it activates, which I think is a good change. However, I think they need to tune it back a little bit in regards to how it activates. Because now that it's activated right now, if any survivor touches a gen and then jumps off, it will block that gen for the remainder of Deadman Switch. Like, we'll see if Michaela here, she'll touch the gen, and then Deadman Switch. So it's basically in my opinion, a better version of Deadlock, to be honest, especially when mixed with Scourge Hook. So I think the meta right now for most killers is going to be Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance, Scourge Hook, Gift of Pain potentially, and Deadman Switch. Personally, I like those three together. You could just do Corrupt, Deadman Switch, and Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance, and then a fourth of your choosing. But honestly, I think the build that I have on right now, you could use on any killer, and it would be good. Like, point-blank statement. So, Deadman Switch activated, 45 seconds. Now, let's say that they're over here, and they're going to be on the gen. We can push them out the gen. The gen is now going to be blocked off. Let's see. They're not. Could they potentially use it against you, like if you have a pop to protect it? Yes. Hence why I don't think with this build you bring pop. I don't think you bring pop with this build. Okay, so we saw Deadman Switch activate over there, so we have information now. Like, it also gives you information, so now I can block the unhook. Or at least force a trade. But yeah, they could theoretically use it against you. 100%. Okay. I mean, you're at Obsession, so you probably have Decisive. We're just gonna slug you out. We're not gonna pick you up. So yeah. Another thing to note is that if you are running Scourge Hook, and most progressed gen has Deadman Switch on it, it's not gonna regress. If the entity's blocking the gen, there we are. If the entity's blocking the gen, Scourge Hook will not activate on the most progressed gen. It just will do nothing. So there are points in time where you want to be mindful of how long it takes a survivor to wiggle off your shoulder. It takes them 16 seconds. So if you know that Deadman Switch lasts 45, as long as it's 3/4 of the way, you know, done, basically, then you'll be able to hook the survivor when you pick them up. So let's say I down the Meg now, and I pick her up and I want to activate Scourge Hook again on that gen that is locked down. It wouldn't. We wouldn't have enough time. However, let's say I down her. Okay, let's see if we actually down her. Let's say we down her now. So now we can down her now. Or not. Okay, let's down her now. For God's sake. So let's say we were already at the hook and we hook her now. Or we hold her. Actually, if we hooked her right away, we would not get the Deadman Switch or the Scourge Hook activation. But now we will. Because it's all about like managing your timer. No. Ooh, I think they might have Breakout. I think they have Breakout. Alright, we're gonna go for Michaela. But yeah, so since you know Deadman Switch timer is 45 seconds, once it reaches past 3/4, then you can hook you can hold a survivor until Deadman Switch deactivates to maximize its value. Alright, I guess we're just gonna go over here. I mean, Deadman Switch is gonna activate one way or another. I think they're over by... Hold on. I thought I saw them over there. They never buy their boon totem. Or I think it's over here. I don't know though. Yeah, it's over here. It's nearby. Alright, we still have scratch marks. We see scratchies. Hello, friend. Probably not friend. And it is why I am the commissioner of a competitive Dead by Daylight league. Hi, friend. I was so hoping I could make that. If I had, like, Bamboozle, then maybe. Or if I was Michael Myers. I think I might be able to do that. Almost worked. But, like, if you know that the killer has Deadman Switch, you can use it against them strategically. And that's one thing people don't realize. But, like, against a good killer, one who, like, is very mindful of their timers, yeah, it's gonna, you're gonna be hard-pressed to use it against them. It's gonna be probably to your detriment 9 times out of 10. Yeah, Boilover is pretty annoying now. Look at that. Alright, so that's regressed. Deadman Switch is activated. If they leave a gen, it's gonna be blocked off. Good stuff. Yeah, so with this build right now that I have, you have gen regression with pain resonance. You have gen slowdown with gift of pain. And you have, you know, more gen slowdown, gen blocking and info with Deadman Switch. I think, yeah, I think you could just use this build here, no matter on what killer. I also may have picked her up too soon. We'll find out in a second. We're gonna try and wait for Deadman Switch, but I think I picked her up too soon. Okay, I actually forgot about one thing. As long as she isn't completely on the hook, you can start hooking her. Michaela, I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not gonna hit you, I promise. Come on, go find Hatch. There we go, she got the idea. You know what, Michaela, I want some payment. Do you have a med kit? No, it's a toolbox. Give me your toolbox. I want your toolbox. No. Give me your toolbox. I want your toolbox as payment. Give me the toolbox. No. Toolbox. 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 You need to give me the toolbox. Toolbox or death! Toolbox or death! Give me the toolbox, Michaela. Toolbox. Drop the toolbox. There you go. She got the idea. You have to pay for your escape. You have to pay the troll toll. In this case, the wraith toll. GG, well played to the survivors. That's gonna be my new rule now. If you give me your item, then I will let you go. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. But that there is another win on the Wraith. Onto a 5-win streak. And then we are going to spin the wheel and do some Adeptin. The unwritten law of DBD. Well, it is now. It's the law of Guilt Spire, apparently. Wait. Does new tome come out today or tomorrow? Is it tomorrow? Oh, my jar just went out. It's not. Sad. Tomorrow? Sad. Sad because tomorrow's Final Fantasy Day, so we're not going to be playing DBD. Unfortunate. But in the meanwhile, let's spin the wheel of Killer. Yes, the Sod Tome, indeed. So we spun it once, we spun it twice. We're going to do Adept Artist for Baker. Artist it is. We're going to do Deadman Switch, Scourge Hook Pain Residence. We could do Surveillance still. Now, this might seem a bit just a tiny bit much. And it might be. Because here's how it's going to work. Here's how this combination of perks work. Obviously, Corrupt Intervention, doing Corrupt Intervention things. Dead Man's... Oh, no, you're right. That's not Adept. You're right, sorry. I'm getting too much into my head of, like, Dead Man Switch. And like, oh yeah, let's try this on this build. You're right, that's not. Gift of Pain, Grim Embrace. Hold on. So, Pain Residence, Grim Embrace Pentimento, right? Yeah, there we go. You're right, you're right. Sorry, I was like too much in my head on like, wait, Dead Man Switch? Would that work with Surveillance? And it will. So how it'll work on our build on Artist, because it's getting the gears turning. We use Corrupt because Corrupt does Corrupt things. Dead Man Switch will activate on Scourge Hook Pain Residence. And after, mind you, after the gen has been relinquished from the grasp of the entity blocking it, it will be affected by Surveillance. So we'll know whenever Survivor jumps back on the gen, and because we're the artists, we can just shoot crows and try and get it down that way. Alright. I like it. I like it. Ooh, that was still way too hot. The frickin', the thermos from Starbucks, like, it's too good. It's too good. Don't you have to kick the gen? No. You do not have to kick the gen for Surveillance. Because of Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. Like I said, no, not for Surveillance. It's as long as it's regressing. As long as it's regressing, so it could be Ruin, could be Jolt, could be Eruption, could be Pop, could be Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. As long as the gen is regressing and the Survivor jumps back on it, it will highlight in yellow. Once regressing, highlight in white. Yeah, I think they overtuned Dead Man Switch. Just a little. I think even... I'm trying to think, like, what could they do to make Dead Man Switch less oppressive? I guess, like, limit the amount of time that's active. Like, maybe take it from 45 seconds to 15. That'd be more tolerable. Or, big or here, they make it work the way I thought. Which was, if a Survivor gets hooked while you're on the gen, the game pretty much checks. Are you on the gen? Yes. Is Dead Man Switch activated? Yes. Did you let go of the gen? Yes. Then block. Instead of, are you on the gen? No. Have you touched the gen? Yes. Have you left the gen? Yes. Blocked. I think it could only work when you let go of, when you are on the gen, when it gets hooked. Similar in the way that you scream to Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. Yo, what's up, Zero? You know, just enjoying new boil over. Making it so that killers literally can't get us on Ormond. Enjoying new Dead Man Switch, which is outright busted when used with Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. How'd that firecracker work for you, mate? Yeah, Boil Over got a huge buff. So basically, when a killer carrying you, drops from a height that would otherwise activate, balanced landing, you gain 25% on your wiggle. They can't see hooks within 16 meters, and 100% on the wiggle. Yes, that as well. Give me this. This is mine now. Did you think I didn't see you through the window? Yeah, if Nurse Pick and see. Yes, have a backup. I'm going to make an announcement tonight. More or less the announcement, since you're here, this will pretty much be like an early announcement in a nutshell, is just to say, if you have Nurse or Demogorgon picked, that you can repick when they become actually kind of decent. They haven't really changed Felix's perks at all. Alright. Yeah, Demo right now can't break pallets, and he can't break breakable walls. Like, at all. It just, Demo can no longer do. Nurse is gonna be banned. Survivors forget that I can get around that. Yeah, I don't think that really changed any of Felix's perks and broke pallets and walls. Apparently, people have video of them not being able to. So it might not be like a all-around bug, but like it's probably consistent enough to be give people the option to. Not that I think a lot of people will pick Demo for this week, but still. Did I see someone there? Oh, I did. I did see someone. I was like, I'm pretty sure I saw someone. But yeah, Nurse is bugged, Demo's bugged, and Bubba is bugged, but not enough for me to say that he needs to be banned from this week. Just enough to be like, use at your own risk. Because right now the major bug of Bubba is that if you down a survivor with your chainsaw, you then can't break a pallet after. So much more a use at your own risk. I'm just gonna leave this pallet up because I think people think it's a god pallet. Haddonfield is disabled. Probably for the cosmetic rework that they're doing. And Father Campbell's Chapel's also disabled. I don't know why that one. And then, what's the last one? Of course, he's my obsession. Father Campbell's Chapel, Cowshed. Yeah, Cowshed's also. I don't know how I missed that. That was odd. It's not getting reworked, it's like a visual rework. I don't know if they're actually changing any of the layouts or like fixing anything. So it's very possible that it's just gonna get a visual update and not like a full like rework, unfortunately. Was expecting that. Alright, up you go, friendo. No, I don't think I get her to that. Someone's gonna hook. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I think they're on main gen. Hi, friends. Where are you going, Megan? Ooh, playing a dangerous game there. Yo, what's up, Cam? How you doing today, friends? Got NC level 30 for our first time, and there was no teachable unlock. So the reason being is that the Stranger Things DLC has been removed from the store. So all perks, or all teachables on Nancy, Steve, and Demo are now considered generic perks. I.e., no matter who you're playing as, they're already unlocked. That is why. Let's check. No one over there. That gen is dead. Yes. You spent those blood points for bragging rights. That is what happened, friend. Thank you, Zarina. I was hoping that would never happen. You're right back playing Mortal Kombat 11. Enjoy, friend. Alright, so it looks like they went to the right instead of to the left. How about we don't do that? I think that's a good option. I will say they are starting to get gens going. Alright, can you not struggle? That'd be good. I was very curious to why they did that. I need to kill someone off is what I need to do. Everyone's on death hook. Okay. She stopped doing anything at the crows. I don't know why she wasn't repelling. No, I mean, if it was quick and quiet, she could have fast vaulted into it, right? But that's not what she did. She just slowly got into it. Has the new wiggle mechanic. I actually like it. I do like the new wiggle mechanic. I was using it earlier. I think the fact that you can get great skill checks on it is kind of nutty, because it does potentially reduce the amount of time that you have on the shoulder of a killer by around a second, which is not an insignificant amount of time. All right, looks like they got past. Oh, Jane, where are you going, friend? Did you just throw a pebble? What was that? What was that just now? Yeah, I was a little bit late on that. I mean, I still get the hit one way or another. Still works at breakout too? Yes, it does work at breakout. That was a little bit off. Just a wee bit. No, no, no. Don't know what you're thinking, but I think not. Alright, unfortunately, no skirt chucks are around. So we're gonna put you right up here. Let's check for people on Gen. I may have been a little bit off on that. But good news is I think I found them. I at least found where they were. I might not be able to leave this gen now for a bit is the problem. Because that gen's pretty well progressed. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to sit here, I think. There's definitely someone over here. There's no question in my mind. The question is simply where, right? It's only 0.3% per second, the major problem. So, the regression isn't much. I think we're off on that hit. Okay, we finally hit them. That's what I was afraid of, too, is that they could have just been dodging it the entire time. Alright, we'll get them swarmed here. That gives us basically pseudo-eyeball ears. Now, if Serena doesn't get that gen done soon, I think we can get it one way or another. A little bit early there. Not gonna matter though, because no pallet. So we'll get the down, and then we're gonna get him onto the skirt chuck. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So, game plan here is, I mean, as long as they don't escape via the exit gate, we should be fine. But man, that exit gate is freaking far. And they can dodge it. If you're playing smart around the artist, you can see the aura before it gets to you. So you can actually dodge in real time. He's gonna fake left when I fire it. Sorry, friend. Okay. Okay. You paid the tax. We would have killed you otherwise, so we'll claim it as the 4K. But you did give me your flashlight, so very good, very good. I agree to the terms and conditions. No, 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 hold on. I need to hit you. There you go. Goodbye. A nice little backflip for style. Oh, very good. But with that being said, GG, well played to these survivors. What just happened? Try to do not exclamation point, but to... Oh, that's so odd. Why did it just give me like a command prompt? I just wanted to make it so that the color was white instead of blue from the highlight. That's so odd. All right, so do you think there's more locations for Boilover? Someone's writing in Breakout? Yes. Thanks for not killing my face. No worries. You paid the tax. You gave me your flashlight, so, you know, I was like, okay, fine. You paid the tax. But thank you much for the follow, Mod Hobbs. I appreciate it, friend. I am Mark, aka Gilty. I'm an educational Dead by Daylight player, here to teach codes to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. Very happy to have you here. Good as artist, thank you. I appreciate it. The artist is probably one of my favorite killers right now. I absolutely adore her. She is fantastic. Thoughts on mid-chapter. Those were some well-timed birds. Thank you. As the Meg trying to do the no perk gen achievement, it's so hard. Yeah, it can be. No doubt about that. Imagine, especially if you're at like higher MMR, which I imagine you are, it cannot be an easy task. And thank you much for the follow. Welcome to the Guilty Ones. We're live every single day, Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. CST. And then live over on Champions of the Fog, my competitive Dead by Daylight league that I am the commissioner of. Did anyone get their 6k shards? I didn't. I don't think I did. No. What, were we supposed to get 6k shards? I was not aware. But yeah, thoughts on the mid chapter? Buggy. Demo's bugged, Bubba's bugged, Nurse is bugged. So that's not great. Boil over OP. I also didn't. Did they move the Bubba skins? I'm pretty sure yes. I'm pretty sure they did. I think that was one of the major changes that they were doing at the mid-chapter. Boilover's busted, and Deadman Switch is equally as busted. Wake Up is good. Maybe not busted, but like comp-wise, I think is also going to receive a ban. Because Wake Up too OP. It really depends on like the exegate setup, more or less, to be honest. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, Blight's turn rate add-on is bugged as well. It's giving you too much training radius. Looks like I'm going to get Deathsling instead of Legion. Yeah, Wake Up increased from 15% to 25% additional speed. So, like, if an instance you're smart about how you do the exegates, you can very much guarantee an escape if the killer goes for the hatch instead with Wake Up. So, like, if you play your cards right, Wake Up is kind of ridiculous. Not gonna lie. Like, even the other week, I was playing against How Do We Get Here? How's Boil Over OP? Because on specific maps, you can't get hooked. We brought 2 killers. Isn't that just good play? Good play suggests interaction. When RNG, let's say you go to endgame. You kill everyone. 0 gens have been popped. Hatch is across the map from the location of... From the location... I can't take it while cloaked. What is this freaking bull? Like, on the opposite side of where the hatch spawns, there's no way that you would be able to stop the survivor from opening the exit gate. That's the problem. Where are we going, Kate? You going for the envelope? If you do, I'll let you take it. Okay, there we go. I'll let you take it, then you get whacked. You'll get a whack too. Well, don't hunt a hatch. But if you don't hunt a hatch, then survivor's going to escape via the hatch. Protect doors. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario, right? There isn't much you can do. It's an either-or situation. So it doesn't work out as well as you might think. Hi, can you get off the gen, please? How does red envelope work? I'm so confused on it. It's like a glyph in a sense. You're just going to... Alright, can you not? Like, pick it up. I was thinking that she's gonna try Firecracker. Oh, what the hell? All my Scourge Hooks are in such garbage locations. Wait, what? I heard 2 sets of Firecrackers. I could have sworn there's only 1 survivor, but B, I got hit by the Firecracker even though I was looking up. Oh, the hitboxes on Firecrackers are rough. Yeah, but if hatch is at one end, hold up, and you're worried about the door, you protect door. They don't, they then have to go across the map. Yeah, they have to go across the map, but it means that you're not going to be able to get them one way or another. My point is that wake up in a comp scenario, especially in Chamber of Fog, where you guarantee knowledge of hatch, is too strong. In pubs, it's going to be strong, but many people aren't going to bring it, as they'll favor something else, because they're not forced to not bring, you know, diverse perks. So in pubs, it's fine, but in comp, it's not. How do you get the cosmetics? By using the envelopes. Alright, we're gonna want to wait to pick her up in just a second. We're gonna do it now. There's boil over, so let's be mindful of that fact. But we're gonna bring her over this way. One thing about boil over, use boil over to your advantage. Wait, what has happened there? Oh, there's the unhook and then the pop of the gen. I see, I see. I saw 2 notifications at the same time. I was a bit confused. I was mildly confused. We're gonna go for Meg specifically. Reason being is that she is getting healed. And we can at least slow down the game that way. We could just end the game and go for Meg right now, but I'm just going to do this instead. No gens are being worked on, so we can just hook them freely on the Scourge Hooks and just get the gens to 0, basically, and call it a day. And then, Deadman Switch is going to activate again. Yeah, Deadman Switch is kind of nutty. Just a little. Just a little. Okay, there's scratch marks. There's the Megan. You could light burn me. That is an option that you have, friend. I'll be honest. I don't really agree with that swing. Or that hit, to be honest with you. I got that hit, and I was surprised. Pleasantly surprised, mind you, but surprised. Alright, let's go for the Scourge Hook. Deadman Switch will not be deactivated by the time I hook, so it's fine. Apparently! Now, let's see, are they healing under the hook? I think they are. Guys, you need to stop doing this. You need to stop doing this. Comp Wraith for the win. I mean, I know how to run Wraith pretty well. Just try and see you detect me. Guess not. How about a cooldown, like 1 minute on Deadman Switch? I think 1 minute just nerfs it into the ground, to be honest with you. So I think that'd be too long. A cooldown of some sort would not be a bad idea, though. Kind of like Blood Echo in a way. Or, how, whatchamacallit? I mean, I guess you can't. So the thing is, like, you already can't reactivate Dead Man Switch for a full 45 seconds. But, like, you're getting the benefit of Dead Man Switch map-wide for that entire 45 seconds. So where'd she go? I actually don't know where she went. Equal to the action time? I think, once again, it'll just make the perk useless. I think they just need to... Why? Either make it, change it the way that I recommended, which is, like, have it check for when survivors are on gens in the first place, or simply enough reduce the amount of time that it blocks gens. This build Silent Bell and Fast Uncloak would be nasty. I mean, I have double Fast Uncloak. I'm doing double Swift Hunt right now, because in my opinion, what? Double Swift Hunt is definitely one of the better sets of add-ons to run. Okay. I'm confused, but... See if you have decisive, I guess? Okay, that makes more sense now. Just had to quit the match, I'm done. Why is that, Cam? Well, that's oddly unfortunate for you, isn't it? Do you have decisive? You do have decisive. Look at that. All the decisive strikes. This one against the whole boil over squad. I literally couldn't hook anyone. That's what I'm saying. Boil over, quite literally, good pallet drop, is busted right now. Because if you make sure that you end up on certain maps, like Mount Ormond Resort, you literally can't do anything. Like, we tested it, and, like, it's just ridiculous. Certain maps, Ormond, Thompson House, even Coal Tower, depending on the RNG, you might not be able to actually do anything. Oh my god, I thought I had that swing. I should have been a bit more reserved. And literally 5 seconds. Well, the biggest thing is that, for the most part, if you see the boil over icon, you simply can't drop from any significant height, right? Like, it's just a thing that you can't do anymore. But there are some situations where you can't avoid it. And either you, like, take the long route to get to the hook, or you drop down, and it doesn't matter. Okay, you do know she's already dead, right? Yeah, I think, like, the build of boil over, flip flop, unbreakable, like on certain maps, just outright unbeatable. Outright unbeatable. I don't know what they were thinking when they updated boil over and didn't take in consideration those facts. Okay, they're on the L wall now. Do you make it back to the window in time? That was a really delayed vault. What does boil over do? So the biggest thing that boil over does right now, after the buff, is that when the killer drops from a height equal to, whatchamacallit, equal to whatever will activate things like balanced landing, it will give you 25% additional wiggle on your wiggle timer. So that's the most significant part of it. Dead Dog Saloon, whole boiler squad that camped up are part of main. I think on Dead Dog, for the most part, you should be able to get a hook. To be honest with you, how am I missing that? So odd. But yeah, there are other maps where, like, you physically can't. I had no choice but to drop them to hook them. Okay. I'm trying to think of, like, what part of the upstairs you'd have to drop down. Like, you'd have to. Because there are stairs where you don't have to. I'm trying to think. I'd have to, like, figure it out myself. Hi. Yeah, so you're gonna stay on the corner. Makes sense. And then Kate's nearby. I mean, it means that she's not on gen, so I don't care. I'll continue this chase. It means that 2 survivors are off gens right now. Did you think I wouldn't see the blood? Wait, but you're not... Why was Kate there? I'm very confused. Kate doesn't have a flashlight, she's just hanging out. I guess she's trying to body block? Like, that's not gonna work. So I don't know. That was very confusing, Kate. That was very confusing. You're just sitting here thinking you're the flashlight warrior, but you just a medkit Mandy. I used the stairs. They still would have been free because there was no hooks near the building. Oh, was basement? Was basement at saloon? Because if so, that would make sense then. If basement was at saloon, no? There should be a hook behind, like directly behind the saloon, or directly to the left of the saloon near the drop in the floor, and like towards gallows. Did I hear bones? I could have sworn I heard someone touching bones. Never know. Interesting. There's also a possibility, mind you, that Boilover also hides hooks within 16 meters. So there might be a possibility that there were hooks nearby, but that you physically couldn't see them. At least not their auras. I think with how powerful Boilover is, if they don't change the fact that you get that 25% bonus when the killer drops from a height that would activate balanced landing, I think they could get rid of the 16 meters. Because there should be hooks in the immediate vicinity of the saloon. Like, there's almost never a moment that there shouldn't be. Right, Meg. I will give you this hatch if you give me your item. Let's look, but Boilover hit it? Yeah, probably. Is she not looking for it, maybe? Megan! Come find the bell. I will give you hatch, friend. Otherwise, I shall close it, and then I might give you the exit cage. We'll see. Megan. Dinner's ready. Let her live? If she... Where is she? I'll let her live. Give me your flashlight. No, flashlight. Give me flashlight. Give me flashlight. Yeah. There you go. You get to live. But GG, well played to the survivors. Good stuff. See, the survivors get it. They get it after a while. They're like, oh yes, you know what? You'll let me live if I give flashlight. Pause. Did they break blood points again? Oh, a bit salty, are we? If there's just going to be teams abusing Boilover like that, and definitely not touching DBD until they nerf it, I'd say play Survivor, right? There's no harm in doing that. But like, fact of the matter is that does anyone here remember? Does anyone here remember when Breakdown was broken? Not Breakout, mind you, Breakdown. When Breakdown is broken, and this was for probably an entire mid-chapter. It was kind of the same way that everyone was using it and just like making people suffer. I don't think that Boilover guarantees you the same amount of value as Breakout when it was bugged did. However, there's a big however here. If you are brought to a specific map right? You're brought to a specific map, and they have boilover, let's say, you know, Ormond, as we found out from our own experience. You go to Ormond, and they can't do anything. It doesn't matter. Any update and killer complains? No, it's not that, Candy. It literally is the fact that on specific maps, you cannot hook survivors. We did it, we tested it out on Ormond, for example, where you know that room to the right on the top floor, where it has that window vault? If you go there and the killer doesn't break the wall, and even if they do, they cannot hook you. If they go down the stairs, they don't have enough time. If they drop down, you get 25% additional on the wiggle timer, and they can't hook you. We did it to 2 separate killers, multiple times. And, like, it is a physically broken perk right now on specific maps. On Grim Pantry, less so. On Dead Dog, if you don't know where the hooks are, it's gonna be rough. Ironworks of Misery. RPD, I don't think it matters. For the most part, usually there's a hook nearby on the same floor as you. If you're going to the library anyways, there's that freaking corner that you still can't hook people from. So just look anyways, right? But like on specific maps, Dead Dog, Cold Tower, Ironworks of Misery, Blood Lodge, Ormond, potentially Temple Purgation, potentially Mother's Dwelling. Like anything where you force the killer to drop from a height in order to get to the hook, you should theoretically be able to guarantee getting off their shoulder. And especially so if your teammates are also using Breakout. I think that they overtuned Boilover just a little bit. Much like I'm also going to say, I think they overtuned Deadman Switch. Because I used Deadman Switch last match, and it is dirty with Scourgehook Pain Resonance. Like, it is a dirty, dirty combination that, yeah, I'm going to use right now. Because I'm hoping that they see data, because they apparently are very data-driven. And they go, maybe this is a bit too strong. Right? And it's also not like survivors are going to hold any quarter when using strong perks like Circle of Healing anyways, right? So. Though you know what I want to say, though? I have not seen as much Circle of Healing today. I have not seen as much Circle of Healing. Which surprises me, because Circle of Healing is still very much a busted perk. You have? I've seen a little bit, but not that much. No dead hard for you. No dead hard for you. But yeah, Boilover is a bit busted. You've seen it almost every match today? Really? That's shocking to me. I have not. Maybe it's like, I don't know if you're like at high MMR or not, but maybe that's why. It's the only thing I can think of, but I don't know. That's so odd. Alright, there's Deadman Switch activated. So Corrupt's activated, Deadman Switch activates, that gen regressed by 15%. We see what looks to be a survivor moving to the letter. Let's head over here and get them. Oh, they didn't pick it up. Why not? Hi, friends. How are you? Oh, I just realized we're on Blood Lodge. If they have Boilover. Ooh. Okay, so we'll have to be on the lookout for Boilover this match. If they go to the top of Blood Lodge, we're gonna have to be very careful, very mindful. Oh, my word. That felt like old hit validation days right there. I do not know how that hit. And I didn't get punished for it. Alright, so Deadman Switch is now deactivated. Scourgehook time. Alright, so it hit that. I see a Kate. Hi, friends. What has happened? Oh, I think he dead-hearted. I was so confused there. Like, he was there, then he wasn't. We're gonna go for Kate, then. We're gonna go for Kate. That's fine. Do you want to... You know what? We don't need to... Kate. You okay there, girl? Okay. I am just going to point this out. I have not had this many hits through pallets since they implemented hit validation, I don't know if they tuned hit validation or if they broke hit validation. I'm not sure with hit validation that I'm supposed to be getting these downs. I'll be honest with you. So I'm a bit, behavior, did you break your game again? I mean, you definitely have. But probably both known behavior, possibly. I mean, there's no pallet here, bud. You need to go to Shack. Okay, you need to go to pallet side. Oh, rough. No, Quentin boy! Why did you vault? You had the pallet. Auto aim kind of killed me there, but we'll get him up. Skirt chuck time. And Deadman switch activates, so they're off it for another 45 seconds. Yeah, it's so busted. I miss that one good dev. It's, I mean, a dev doesn't make the game, right? No, I think not true. As long as you go up against the window with them, they can't vault. Alright, how do you want to play this? Are you going to fake it? You're going to fake it. Let's break it. You fake it, we break it. The good old team of Wraith and Cheryl. Thank you, friend. I mean, are we just going to do pallet break simulator? Is that what we're doing? Because that's okay by me. I'm more than fine to do this. The good old pallet break sim. Just going to make this side of the map the void. Okay, now we're on LT walls. What are you guys doing over there? They're missing skill checks. No. But yeah, no. Even though that one dev, I am blanking out his name, did leave DVD, it doesn't mean that, like, he was the only good dev. In fact, you know, it's not as if he was the only one coming up with ideas and things, right? McLean, thank you. Not McLean, McLean. So desperately want to say McLean, but it's McLean. It's, McLean's, cousin. Alright, check over here. I mean, if you guys want to go for the unhook, be my guest. Over here. Like, there's no dead man switch activation. I'm not 100% certain that they actually did. I am going to withhold judgment until we know more. If they did do that, petty as hell, right? If it was a bug, then I don't want to jump the gun, right? That's the thing. So, like, I'm going to withhold judgment and, like, hey, here's, like, if they did, then shame on you. If they didn't, it's a bug, then reinstate it accordingly. I'm always very careful when it comes to, like, making statements about things that we don't have all the information on. I try to be very, very mindful of that. Oh, Quentin boy. The Wraith wants to say hello. And there's the unhook. Where are you going, Quentin? Trying to find a pallet, are ya? Did you find a pallet? You did not find a pallet. I'm pretty sure all these pallets are gone, Quentin, so sorry to say. You have Dead Hard, though, right? Dead Hard. It's the Dead Hard bell. It's not called the silent bell, it's called the Dead Hard bell. Whenever you hit it near an injured survivor, they always dead hard. Stop that. Rude. Rude survivor is rude. Yeah. And the thing is, like, another thing to keep in mind, like, it could be just a rogue element of behavior, and not like everyone in behavior said F this one person, right? It could just be one rogue element who decided to, like, go out on their own and do that. So, another thing to keep in mind as well. Hi, we doing ring around the gen? Ring around the generator? Yeah, balanced? Now you have dead hard, right? I try to see if I can mind game that. I could not. Oh, Cheryl, me girl. You did talk a little bit of crap about Patrick. That doesn't matter. Just because you're part of an organization or you're a developer doesn't make you, you know, impossible to criticize, right? And like, if you're in the public eye, whether that be a content creator, oh, you're fine. I say it all the time, I am PG-13, but Chad is not, and that's fine. So you're okay. No. But yeah, no. Like, you're in the public eye, like, I as a content creator fully understand that I will be criticized for things I do, things I say, and things I say might be taken out of context as well. And because of that, like, you kind of have to take it off the shoulder, and fact of the matter is, I truly believe that Patrick and majority of people who are not, like, PR ready did a horrible job during that Q&A. Still trying to respect that I try not to curse in the chat. Oh, you're fine. You are fine, friend. You said to follow you, but I want to down you. All right, looks like Jakey boy is gonna get the hatch then. No, I'm not a moth. But I will give you hatch if you give me your flashlight, friend. No. I want your flashlight. So I'll give you hatch if you give me flashlight. Oh. Did I not hear hatch? Maybe I talked over. I could not hear for the life of me. But either ways, GG, well played to these survivors. Yeah, this combo's rough. Like, it was really rough. But on to the next one, shall we? There'll be another 4K. And we are now on 7 wins with the Wraith. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, he doesn't say anything wrong. He spoke nothing but truth. Yeah, exactly. Like, Dowsy didn't, you know, send death threats or anything ridiculous like that. Just, like, criticized what they said and made it a meme. But we have spun the wheel, and we have landed on the Nemi boy. Do you guys want to play a match of the Nemesis? Or do you guys like to spin it once more? 'Tis up to you. You can get the build all set up in the meanwhile. The wheel emote has been replaced. Yeah, so the wheel right now was not very commonly used. On stream here, so like it got pushed out for now, and I don't know what tier I put it in. It may have been tier 2, either that or tier 1. I'm pretty sure tier 2 though, because I'm just trying to see like what emotes you guys like to use, right, and kind of going from there. But we'll play match in Nemi boy. If they really did that, then proves behavior can't handle criticism. No, I want to be clear about something. It doesn't suggest that behavior can't handle criticism. It suggests that there is a person in behavior who can't. Because it's not like a decision was made at behavior's like weekly meeting, right? Who do we want to say F you today? It was probably just a person with the ability to do so did the thing. So, one of those things. Exactly. So normally I don't eat on stream, but we had a late dinner today, so I'm eating some chili. Dowsy's Twitch shirts were taken off his profile. And it's not certain yet if it was a bug or purposeful. Yeah, I would probably agree with you that they don't have much of a PR team. I'll say their freaking community manager, like social media manager on Twitter, freaking prime. But more likely than not, they probably, that might not be like an internal role. That might be someone that they hired from like a social media management group. Yeah, DVD's like social media manager, excellent. PR, god awful. Marketing team, fantastic. Art department, fantastic. Level designer, depends on the day. But yeah, either ways, I'm not too worried. Like I said, if behavior did it because of the criticism that Dowsy made, petty as hell. Whoever did that should be reprimanded publicly. If it's a bug, fix it. Simple as that. I will say, since they haven't fixed it, yeah, it's not looking great. Not looking great. But either ways, it is what it is. I'm sure in the grand scheme of things, Dowsy probably does not care all too much. You know what I am a bit concerned about? I haven't heard much about VHS lately. And I'm a bit concerned about that. Because I want VHS to succeed. But since the buzz has kind of died down, I'm worried that people are going to forget about it. And also, I'd love to play it, but I still don't have a beta key. I'm not even sure if the beta's still going on. Like a life-size Huntress. I know like 343 has like a life-size Master Chief and like the dioramas that they made for like Halo 3 and whatnot. So I could see it. I could see it. The game. Alright. Let's take a look-see, shall we? Trying to find survivors early on this map is always atrocious. Oh, I'll take this. 'Tis mine now. Oh, that was a zombie. I thought that was a survivor for a second. I was about like, yes. Oh, hold on. Zombie did find someone, though. Hi, zombie. Did you find a survivor? You did. They dropped down, though. I have no idea where they are now. I wouldn't say that entirely. Dowsy's definitely gotten big. Dowsy actually got really big more recently than people realize. It was really like the hardcore killer, hardcore survivor, and like the production quality of that like boosted their content to like the next level. That was definitely like a turning point for Dowsy's channel. You're dead hard if you're vaulting. Do I have a Scourge Hook? So here's where Scourge Hook, Deadman Switch might bite me in the butt. Like maps like this where I can't consistently get Scourge Hooks. Wait. Are we serious? They haven't been working on a gen at all? Not like a single gen. None of them. What? There's also a survivor like right near the hook. Huh. Hi, friend. Immersion? Apparently. Apparently. Let's go for you. Because I want Claudette to get healed so she has that 9% penalty on all actions. Oh, we have multiple survivors here. Probably not one of the main content creators, but one of the most well-known. Oh yeah, they, like I said, they became very, very well-known. Because of their like hardcore survivor and killer content. At tier 3, I think I could have gone that. Like, a lot of the big ones, like, the list off, like, Dowsy, Scott Jun, Astarva, Otofu, Spook and Juice. Like, there are a lot of, like, big names for sure. It also, I will say, does help from a content creator standpoint that, like, DBD is still a relatively small community. I love Tofu. I enjoy their more, narrated content and less of their, like, curated content, if that makes sense. I don't know why. Like, I don't care for, like, their gameplay as much as I like their commentary. No scratch marks. Gotta say, you're definitely here, girl. Enjoy random killer and perk viz. That's fair. I actually do want to, like, do more of that stuff at some point. It does seem like a fun idea, for sure. Yo, what's up, cool? How you doing today, bud? Hopefully doing well. What have you been up to, if anything much? How's your day been? You know what? If she would have taken a hit from zombie, she would have been better off. Because she would have actually gained momentum away from me. But a lot of survivors don't think about that. They just go, oh, zombie bad, no touch. But sometimes you actually do want to be hit by the zombie to gain some distance, funny enough. Alright, dead man switch done. There is a thought that I might want to put Agitation or Iron Grasp on this build instead of the second Scourge Hook. The reason being is that it would guarantee me the ability to get 2 more Scourge Hooks. Funny enough. Today's been tiring. This year has been destroying my energy levels. Doing pretty well, cannot complain. I'm sorry to hear that. And, you know, sometimes the year has definitely been rough for a lot of people, so no doubt. Claude, you need to leave this place. Like, ASAP. Change the wheel killer and 100 instead of 50. I'm going to do something similar to that, funny enough. I didn't realize what tile this was. I thought this was an LT, to be honest with you. So my plan is to do that at some point. Yes. How it is, one thing snowballs into another, it becomes difficult to catch your breath physically and metaphorically. Yeah, it do be like that, no doubt. I shouldn't have even done that. I don't know why I swung there. I need to be a bit more patient. Alright, let's get you into a Scourge Hook. Ooh, did we get you on a Scourge Hook fast enough for Deadman Switch and Scourge Hook to activate? That gen's about to pop. Okay, so we didn't get one, but we got the other. Oh, geez, I went to the wrong side. I went to the wrong side. Chap, next match, we can do that. Hi, friend. How are you? Really? I thought I had that. Did that time. We're on tier 3 now. Good stuff. Turning it around. That's good to hear. Would love to see some Trapper tips. Yeah, we can definitely do so. I do enjoy the Trapper boy. Good dodge. Like, now we have him in a very awkward position, right? Where we can hit him, but he can't really do anything. So, like, that's probably one of the worst tiles you could possibly put yourself in against Nemesis. Yeah, we can get to the Scourge Hook. This Scourge Hook is going to carry this game. Like, this one right here. Once this one goes away, we're in trouble. We need to kill someone, I think. Because we're starting to get to the point of, yeah, we're just going to do that. He did not make the same mistake that Quinton did. Smart Ash. Smart Ash. Ugh, rough. What's Scourge Hook do? Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. When a survivor is hooked on a Scourge Hook, the ones that you see highlighted in white, they then get, then Scourge Hook Pain Resonance then activates. When it activates, the gen with the most progression will be regressed by 15%. Scourge Hook Gift of Pain, however. Ooh, I thought I had that. I'm gonna need you off that for a second, my friend. Scourge Hook Gift of Pain, however, when a survivor is healed after being unhooked, they will then receive a 9% penalty to all actions, including things like generators, healing, and I think that might be it. Yo, what's up, Maki? How you doing today? Alright, so Dead Man Switch active. I see Survivor. I think we want Ash dead, but not before we down this Survivor. I see a Quentin boy. I'm pretty sure you're on Death Hook as well, right? Quentin boy. I need to get better with his M2. Like, I want to be able to hit survivors and chase more efficiently. That driver buff helped him a lot. Oh yeah, 100%. 110%. Yeah, I'm kind of a bit close on these swings. Just a little bit. I think we just M1 him here, because now if he goes to a pallet, we'll be able to get the hit over it. Case in point. All right. Doing pretty well, cannot complain, been having a good day. Don't know what that was. Can we get him to that Scourge Hook? Moved up to C, B tier? I would say C tier. I don't think Trapper's B tier. At least not base kit, in my opinion. Alright, she went up. There is a Claudie girl. Plus add-ons, I would say maybe C plus B minus. Then I can agree with that. I mean, I can hit over here pretty easily, friend. And Rag, thank you much for the sub. I appreciate it, mate. Let's get the down. We need to get her onto a Scourge Hook ASAP. We do see that Jen's still deadlocked. That's perfect. Yeah, it has been a year, which is kind of nutty. It is nutty, to say the least. It's just so foreign to me, the fact that I've known some of you guys for over a year at this point. What are you doing? He'll take the stun. I'm not going to aim for her, I'm going to aim for the corner, so we can break it from underneath of her, and then go for the down accordingly. I'm surprised she didn't go for the pallet stun, to be honest. Oh yeah, Iridescent add-on plus Trapper Sack is downright nasty. Let's get the down. Dead Man Switch is still activated, and by the time we get it to a Scourge Hook, we're gonna be set. Okay, so we can literally just wait at this Scourge Hook, and now we can hook, and then it's going to activate again. Dead Man Switch is just so busted. I like Scourge Hook, Dead Man Switch. It's a beautiful combination. But it's too good. It is too good. Come over here. Nope. Alright, there's the unhook, and everyone's on Death Hook. Alright, there's Dead Man Switch activation downstairs. Let's infect you. We got the hit on him. And we did a strafe on M2 for the down. Perfect.
Yeah.
Alright. And let's put you up on this hook, and I think we call it a game. Progression, Dead Man Switch, the zombie. I forgot about that. So you want to know a really cool thing about Scourge Hook Pain Resonance? It causes a noise notification in the survivor screams. That then attracts the zombie. I completely forgot about that fact. And then it also pushes them off of the gen as well from Dead Man Switch. Yeah, it's kind of nasty. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Where are we going? Making sure that we don't hit her, we hit the pallets here. That way we can keep our distance and not give her free distance off the hip. No pallet here. You have a pallet to your left. What the hell just happened? Like she was clipping into me. That's very odd. I have not actually. We have not played a match of Pinhead. We should before the time before the night ends. Is there no? Oh, there was a hook here, but someone died. Ooh, do I get to this hook? I think I do. I think I get to this hook just fine. Unless Quentin wants to take a body block, in which case I don't think I do. They're extremely nice. Yeah, no, I've heard them. I've heard them. All right, well, let's see if Quentin Boy wants to give me his item in exchange for the for the hatch. For I'm the collector of items. Who needs Franklin's when the survivors will give them to you for free? That's if I find hatch first, though. Welcome back, Zero. Quentin Boy. Quentin Boy. What items am I collecting? Whatever. You know, if a survivor has an item, they can give it to me for payment. Quentin, I promise I'm not gonna hurt you. You want the hatch, buddy? I know you do. Survivors all want the hatch, right? That's what survivors like. Quentin! I think he may have flashlighted that zombie over there. It's not moving anymore. I run around with a handful of flashlights. No, why run around with a handful of them? Just strap them to your freaking beefy arms. Even better yet, strap them to your tentacle and whack people over the head with it. It's already deadly as is. Add some blunt force objects. Quentin. All right, if he doesn't show up in, let's say 20 seconds, we'll close it, and then we'll see if he wants to bargain at the exit gate. Quentin Boy. Oh, I see scratch marks. Quentin Boy, come here, buddy. Where are you? Are you? No, you're not here. Quentin. Hey, yes. Come here. Hey, yeah. Come on. Yes. There you go. Yeah, you got it. You got the idea. GG, well played to these survivors. Ooh, they had a brand new part. Didn't even realize. Fair enough. And that there is a 4K for the Nemesis. Very nice. Thanks, Ratch. No problem. You paid the hatch tax. Yeah, Dead Man Switch is a bit OP, in my opinion. Just a little. The survivors are becoming smarter. You say that, and I'm gonna run the item hoarder spirit build again, or insidious whatchamacallit. Go look how fun next match. Insidious Twins. Okay, anyone think of a good competitor for Bubba? Like, what do you mean competitor? Do you mean like fight in person? Like fight to the death, or we were talking about this earlier, Dominic, and we're not certain if it's a bug or if just a rogue agent in Behavior did it. And the biggest thing is, if Behavior did do it, then shame on that person who did it, because it wasn't like it was a joint meeting of screw this one person. Or if in an instance it was a bug, then fix the bug, right? Fight to the death? Now, like, are we talking about, like, horror movie icons? Are we talking about, like, just anyone? What's a bug? The most common bug you'll find is called Dead by Daylight, or DBD for short. Alright, let's throw on Dead Man Switch. Horror movie icons. We want Brutal Strength still. Jason. I'm trying to think. I mean, we could do like Pinhead, for example, or Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head versus Bubba. A Freddy versus Jason type of fight? Exactly, yeah. That'd be a good competitor. Jason slaps them all. Jason's a bit OP, but like, he doesn't slap every horror icon, I don't think. What do we want to use here? Do we want to use Brutal Strength? I guess Brutal Strength wouldn't be a bad idea for Trapper. He is pretty weak in Chase. So I think we'll keep it as is. This is Basement Trapper, I will mention. We don't have a lot of add-ons, but Trapper Stack's kind of like a necessity. Bubba versus Billy. I think Bubba would win. Billy be the Sonic Hedgehog of DBD, but Bubba definitely has that power behind him. The clashing of saws like freaking lightsabers in Star Wars. Pyramid Head would destroy Bubba? Yeah. I mean, that's true. That is true. Pinhead too, honestly. Pinhead and Pyramid Head. You have Shaq Palette. P-Head versus Hellraiser. That would, our Pyramid Head versus Hellraiser would be an interesting fight. That would be. I don't know if there would ever be a winner, technically, in that. Freddy versus Pinhead? Pinhead would win. Point blank statement. Jason versus Michael Myers. I mean, Michael Myers has, like, been shot point blank in the head and shrugs it off, right? Been hit by a car, too, shrugs it off. Apparently walks and can teleport. I don't know. That's a good question. Jason has some supernatural powers, but that's an endless fight, yeah. I think Jason would win, but I think it would be a slog for sure. Two strongest icons are Pyramid and Pinhead. It's been discussed. I mean, there's nothing like finite. You can't like say with certainty one way or another. Everything is fictional, so one could make an argument one way or another. Charboy is on a 10-win streak, so this is for win number 11. Jason will win because he's been risen from the dead. Yeah, but, like, Michael Myers has tanked some stuff. Chucky vs. Leprechaun, stop. Ghostface would win. Yes, Ghostface. By far the most mundane killer out of, like, all horror icons. Literally, man with camera and knife. Ghostface Legion, obviously, right? Ghostface would win, I think. Okay, so let's take a look at loops. Let's do this. I don't care if they go into school. If they go to school, then we win. Let's do this. Legion's basically Ghostface. They're Ghostface, but faster. That's fine. I get a free pallet. Right? I get a free pallet. That's blocked off, so you don't need to trap that just yet. Hold up. They want that, and I think I can push someone into the trap for it. Funny enough. Let's see if we can actually get this person to jump in the trap. Oh. They thought about it. Glory me, girl. Come here. Alright, you're gonna go to the Philotile. Sure. So I may have been on long side, we still got that. DBD Ghostface is very intelligent. Well, to be fair, DBD Ghostface is not this... No way. Is not the same as cinematic Ghostface. That's the interesting part, right? Where's Basement? No. No. Okay, he doesn't have boil over. This is gonna be the game. It's basement time! So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put him right up here. Here's what we're gonna do. This would be so much better if I had, Trapper or Edison Stone. But we're just gonna trap here. We're gonna trap here. We're going to trap right here. Oh, wait. There's someone on that gen downstairs still? What? No. Why? Why would you still be there? Friend, what are you doing? Go for it, mate. You're dead. You guys... Oh my god, they don't understand. They don't understand how screwed they are. Hi, friend. Don't... Okay, so slug you out. And then we're gonna go for you. We can step through our own traps because of the brown add-on. Okay, you're down. They deactivated that one. Hi, Stevie Boy Wonder. Okay. Yeah. Okay. They deactivate that one. So, here's what we're gonna do. Can we reset this? On certain maps, he can be a menace. Okay, didn't deactivate. Perfect. No boil over, so we're gonna get her into basement now. Like, Bad Hand Basement Trapper is dumb. Like, you can see what we do here, and just so dumb. That's one. Let's grab you. That's gonna be number 2. Like, Trapper Sack and the wrappings plus Bad Hand Basement equals win. There's no two ways about it. There really isn't. Because you can lock down every exit to the basement. You can lock down every entrance to the school. They physically can't do anything. They're suiciding, which I fully understand. I fully respect them doing this. Alright. Well, guys, if you want, have fun. We'll leave that one open. Just that way, they have a chance of getting in. Alright, let's take a look. No one over here. Where are you at? Shack. No shack. Okay. 2-story. They here! Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. They died. Yo, what's up for the Cuesta? How you doing today? Welcome, welcome to the Guilty Ones. I am Mark, aka Guiltspire. I'm an educational Dead by Daylight player here to teach codes how to play Killer and survivors how to play against Killer. Very happy to have you here. They're your best friend? Ah, fair enough, fair enough. Well, welcome. You're just in time for some Trapper Boy. These survivors have been having a bit of a hard time. As you can see here, as 2 of them are dead on 5 gens. Alright, survivors, what say you? We have been using Scourge Hook Deadlock, not Deadlock, Deadman Switch combo, which has been quite the nightmare for these survivors. But thank you much for the raid. I'll give you a shout out right after this match. But Guilty Ones, if you haven't already, definitely make sure to stop on by and say hi and drop a follow so next time that they go live, you can say thank you for the raid. Since November earlier? Hey, very nice. Did you enjoy yourself? Were you doing toxic things with boil over? Oh, I don't have any more traps. I was gonna put a trap there and then I couldn't. I don't have traps no more. But we have 2 traps there. Steve's literally going out to the school. Little does she know. Literally, you can vault in, but there's no way out. They're playing Dungeons and Dragons? Ooh. Well, that is a fun time. Alright, Steamy boy. You're over here disarming all the school traps. I don't know if that was a good use of your time, but you do you. Came back to level 84 man teabagging flashlight swift as plague. Yeah, that do be a thing. There's also now the boilover squads. Boilover is the new breakdown. But like breakdown when it was bugged. If you remember that. Alright, well I'm actually gonna just force her to death hook, I think. I don't feel like we're playing this out. And much for the follow, Questa. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I mean, since we're here anyways, let's you know, give a quick shout out, shall we? Seeing someone run towards your trap is so satisfying because you know they can't do anything and then they don't even know what's about to hit them. Yeah, no, it is. Especially in that scenario where they literally had no way out of that scenario. Steve, now's the time to do gens, I suppose. Because, honestly, I don't want to play the Merce game. And I know if I let Steve get her off the hook, they're going to Merce it out. But, Steve boy here gave me some information. Alright, alright. Stevie boy. Wait one sec. Could that have been? No, there's no way. Could that have been red herring? I don't think that gen regressed at all. Could that have seriously been red herring? There's no way, right? I'm curious now. Further chase any good? It's better now after the update. I will say that much. Where you no longer lose all your stacks once the obsession dies. Would I say that's something that I would recommend using outside of a mean build? No, not really. Like on Michael Myers, Vanity Mirror, could be fun. Could be fun. But in general, probably not. All right, let's see if Steve gets the memo. Steve boy, we're gonna give him, let's give him a minute. Let's give him a full 60 seconds to see if he understands the rules. If he gives me an item that is considered the hatch tax, and if he gives me the hatch tax, then I will let him live. So what say you, Stevie boy, I wonder? Will you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Will he also even approach is the next question. Steve! You got Red Dead Redemption 2, it's really fun. Oh yeah, Red Dead's always been a good series. I've always heard people have fun with that. Dead 2, I remember hearing a lot of good things about. Stevie boy. He's about out of time. So we'll close it and then we'll see if we can bargain with him at the exit gates. We'll see if we can bargain from there. Yesterday made everything so much better for me playing Pig. Hey, I'm happy to hear that. Rockstar makes some really good games. They do, except for the GTA remakes. I'm not sure if you remember those. Take another 10 years. Yeah, probably. Steve, I can't let you leave until you give me an item. If he's over here, I think he gets this gate. Oh well. I mean, we 4K'd on 5 gens. I think we're fine. Or sorry, 3K'd. Oh, surprising. He's actually not here. Those were horrible? Yeah, no. Like, they were worse than the modded recreations of it. Grand San Andreas remakes was pointless. It really was. It really was. Oh, I saw him. Steve! I know you're here. Come on, bud. I literally saw you. Don't pretend like I didn't see you. Oh my god, this Steve. Where are you? You little nuisance. Isn't? He was definitely here, right? Go for, yes, there you go. You see Microsoft are reviving EO2 on the 28th. Are they? That one's new to me. Give me your toolbox, Steve. Toolbox. 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 Come on. I gave you the exit gate. Drop the toolbox. Steve, you're freaking me out here, bud. No, no. No, no, no. No, no. No. You didn't give me the toolbox, Steve! Toolbox! God dang it. Wait, Saints Row? I don't know. That's a good question. They bought COD and making it free on all platforms on the 28th. Was there a formal announcement about that? I didn't see anything about that. That's news to me. But if they are, that's awesome. Violation made Saints Row? A saint? Stop. Yeah, I don't think they're a developer anymore. I don't know if anyone bought the IP though. That is a good question. That I do not know. Tell me he didn't pay the tax. He didn't. He was very rude. Unfortunately, he's on cross-plat, so it's unlikely that I would actually be able to tell him. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna have some of my dinner. Frankie made chili today. It's really good. Hasn't been confirmed yet? Okay. So, I don't know if they're actually doing that then. I haven't heard anything with any form of certainty regarding them doing anything like that. But it'd be cool if they did, not gonna lie. I would want to see like an official statement by Microsoft. Also bringing it to PS4 for the first time. Yeah. Much like anything, until something like gets like confirmed, I'm like, is it actually happening though? I don't know. We'll find out. Some friends and cheese of that. Look, we're having chili. We ain't having Bubba cook it for us though. Yeah, what's up, Priceless? How you doing today, bud? Hopefully doing well. Welcome to the stream. I'm Mark, aka Guiltspire. I'm an educational Dead by Daylight player, here to teach ghosts how to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. Very happy to have you here. Can't spell. Freaking autocorrected fries, the friends. Yeah, I think they're very two different things. Friends and cheese and chili versus fries and cheese. One thing Bubba would enjoy, another thing that I would enjoy. How are you doing? Wraith from RPD. How am I doing? Wraith from RPD. Wraith from RPD. What? But doing pretty good. Been a good day for the Wraith. Right now we're on a 7-win streak with the Wraith boy, trying to get onto an 8. Let's see if we can get to 10 sometime soon. And it's very possible that after this match, we're going to be going back to Survivor for a match or two, just so we can deposit our blood points. Bubba do be enjoying Friends for dinner. He does. He sure does. He does enjoy Friends for dinner. And not in the good way. I was like, ah, yes, Friends. You will be dinner. You mean come over for dinner, right? No. You will be dinner. You're my killer about 4 days ago. You play. Oh, hey, fair enough. Well, welcome, friend. Very happy to have you here. I forget how we did on the RPD match. I do forget. But happy to have you here now. Hopefully you're having a great day. Hopefully your DBD, has been going well. Stop, you can't breathe. Happy to hear that I made you laugh. All right. How many envelopes do you need to unlock the cosmetics? Like, I should probably reread what I need to do for the cosmetics, because honestly, I'm just like, I don't remember. Also, I want to get the new Huntress skin. I want Baba Yaga. All right. Reloading up, friends. Shelter Woods. Okay. There was... So Shelter Woods seems to be heavily weighted today. This is our, like, second or third match of it. I hate that I have to uncloak in order to grab this. It's so annoying. It's mine. It's buffering a lot because of resolution? Yeah. Like, on one hand, it's nice to be able to stream in 1080p because, like, good quality. On the other hand, it does make it rough for some specific people who can't, you know, really work that resolution well. So, like, I've contemplated moving to 720p. Okay, Michaela, if you think I didn't see you. Alright, that was no preemptive use. Hi, friend. Like, I might try once I move to my new apartment, recording in 1080p and streaming in 720 to make it a bit more manageable. What's your mom making for dinner? My friends. I said, what is she making for dinner? Who's she inviting? I heard what you said. Pretty much. Scourge hook, but no deadlock and no scream. Interesting. Oh, there it is. Never mind. A bit delayed. A bit delayed there, Adam. Why? You had a pallet right there, bud. You have a dead hard. I hope you do. I mean, it's the dead hard bell, right? 'Tis but the dead hard bell, friend. Alright, let's bring you over to Scourge Hook. If they want to take a double body block, I'll take the double body block in exchange. Hold up. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I couldn't see where the Mikhail was because of the flashbang. Good stuff. I mean, I'm still gonna re-down him. It's not exactly gonna be that big of a deal. Like I said. Bad Michaela, don't do that. I said don't do that! Why would you do that? Okay, mildly confused, but sure. I guess we don't have any more Scourge hooks around, so we're gonna bring our basement. Ooh, I'm hoping that didn't activate Boilover. I don't think that was high enough to do so. It was! I think it was enough! Oh, that's nutty. So, like, just barely be dumped into basement for that to activate. Hi, friend. Bye, friend. Yeah, it's sweet chili covered chicken and rice for dinner. Ooh, that does sound good. Alright. No. Stop it. No. You're going on the hook whether you like it or not. Oh, that works. Two survivors right here. Hey, who said you could bless the totem? Don't touch my bones. It's rude. No. I got for you now. You have cast your lot here, Adam. Stop it, Michaela. Very rude. You are a very rude survivor. No. Stop. I will not eat your decisive strike. Calm down. Good pallet drop. You gonna need mind game that easily, I suppose. I appreciate it, though. I thought for a second that he wasn't leaving scratch marks, but I guess I was wrong. Made it. She did a really good job. Sounds like it. You have dead heart, though. Yeah. What was I about to say. No. I think not, Adamy boy. What are we doing here? I'm so confused by this Michaela. I don't know if she's being altruistic or just dumb. I can't, like, fully pin that one down yet. Let's get Scourge Hook Deadman switch once again. Up you go, Adam boy. A little bit late, but we still locked that one down, so that's good. Pretty sure just dumb. Fair. That is fair. Alright, Nia ran over to see if she was ready to pick up. She was not, I guess. Where? I'm getting so tripped up by these scratch marks. There's Michaela. Was that unbreakable? That may have been unbreakable. Just gonna down you then. Debating on if I want to make spaghetti or tacos tomorrow. I'd say tacos. Tacos are good. Oh, you know what it might be? It might be Boone Exponential because I didn't realize there's a Boone here. That is a very real possibility. Be gone, Boone! Alright, let's check gens. I mean, really, they only got one gen and we have one person dead, so we're in a good spot. I think not. No generator for you. Alright, we'll get that on the Claudette. Steak, chicken, or ground beef. Oh, I mean, if you have the option of steak, you do some steak tacos, friend. That's just a matter of fact. Alright. Well, what's the game plan, Claudia girl? I guess she doesn't have Dead Hard. We rang the Dead Hard bell. She didn't care. Alright, so let's put you on this. Get things regressing once again. Just remembered I got sour cream and cheddar for the chili. And you didn't share? Rude. Good dodge. Steak tacos it is. I've had, like, good steak tacos in a while. Good fake. I like that play. There's the LT wall. Dead man switch still. Hi, friends. They're both sitting unopened in the fridge. Nah, you're just trying to hoard it all for yourself. I know. Adam boy. Oh, Adam boy. As got paid, so steak tacos sound good? Steak tacos sound great. A boon? That's illegal. You're not allowed to touch my bones. Very illegal. Alright, dead man switch and switch. If we find the boon, we find the Claudette. No worries, Ocean. You're good. You're good. How you doing today? Survivors aren't here. Now that is surprising. Don't mess up the steak. Haven't grilled one in a while. I mean, you could always do just a reverse sear, and like you can pretty much make sure it comes out perfect every single time. I'm trying to remember like the exact specifications. I think it's like low and slow at like 225 or 325 for like 30 minutes or an hour, and then you just do a quick sear on both sides, like a minute each side, and you got like a perfect medium rare. But yeah, just like do a nice low and slow. I think it's 225, but like look up, if you just look up online reverse sears, like you'll get plenty of guides on how to do it. That's fine. We shall break. And we're good. Alright, yeah, do you have a dead hard? I feel like we haven't found that out. We'll find it out. Mary Kate and Ashley. That's a set of words I have not seen altogether in a long while. Holy hell. Alright, Claudie. What say you while you leave the Nia to her death? Honestly, I'm half tempted to just camp her to death, not gonna lie. Because I don't exactly want immersed gameplay. Making rabbit stew. I have not ever tried rabbit stew. I can't, wait, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I see a gen. There we go. You get the idea, Claudette. I ring the bell for you. You and me are friends now. Yes. Now give me your medkit. I want the medkit. Medkit. Yeah, there you go. Now be free. Be free, Claudette. Go and find the hatch. I like that they, at some point, like, understand. They're like, what? Wait, what are we doing here? Also, oh no. They reintroduced the rocks again. I can go up on this rock, which means I can activate balanced landing on yeah, you can absolutely activate balanced landing, I feel. Like, if you go up this side here. Oh, I think you can. Ever tried rabbit? No, I can't think. Say I've tried rabbit. Veal, yes. Rabbit, no. But GG, well played to the survivors. And that there is win number 8 on the Wraith. Very good. Sure. Someone smiley salty. You're just upset you didn't make friends with. Tastes a lot like chicken. I feel like most gamey foods are always described as taste like chicken. I just answered because I sent the message and really went to do other stuff. No, I already finished my chili. I already finished it. If you could, however, grab me 3 Hershey Kisses, I'd be grateful for that. Alright, we're gonna do a match of Survivor, depending on how long the queue times are. Probably our last match of the night, because queue times are atrocious. And we're just going to, like, really establish the fact of why Boilover's busted. Like, I want to make a video and just demonstrate. Here's why Boilover is busted. Win the boy, time for your P2. Get your P2 and you should be good to go. That's fine there. Lloyd just texted Josh out of context. Remember you want to play as Pinhead as well? Yes, we will try and play as Pinhead today. You were right. Alright. Let's try and get towards 500,000. So we don't risk maxing our blood points. So, I wonder how many survivors we almost have P2 now. Hi. Yes, that's fair. Thank you. What was I doing? Stuff and things. I was doing something. One thing I'll never try is octopus. Why is that, out of curiosity? I know I've definitely heard some horror stories in regards to octopus. It looks so disgusting. Gotcha. Yeah, see, I've had, like, calamari and octopus before, and I don't mind it in the grand scheme of things. It needs to be, like, not, like, fresh, if that makes sense. I've heard horror stories of, like, fresh octopus, and it is no bueno. I'm like, no thank you on that one. No thank you on that one. But a lot of times, like, fried octopus is not bad at all. Or, grilled octopus is also pretty good, all things considered. But to each their own. At the end of the day, everyone has their preferences. A lot of things with slippery textures either. In that case, you'd probably like fried octopus. To be honest. It definitely does not have, like, a slippery texture. But, like, if you're going to get it, I'd recommend getting it, like, from the Northeast, New England. A lot of places out, like, Essex County. Really good places to go. Just for seafood in general. Alright. We also have 12 of them P2'd. And then there's 4, 8, 12, 16, 17 that we still have to P2. God, you want seafood now? Didn't know they're fried octopus. Trying to think. Yeah, I mean, fried octopus, I think most times it's fried squid. Wait, fried squid's calamari, right? But fried octopus is also a thing. Is takoyaki octopus? Takoyaki is octopus, right? Like, calamari is usually squid, but takoyaki, I'm pretty sure, is octopus. But takoyaki is also really good. Would highly recommend it. Pig feet is a big thing in, like, Texas. Like, if you're ever in, like, that area of the world, or of the US, you could probably get pig's feet. Or octopus balls is a ball-shaped Japanese snack made of wheat flour-based batter and cooked in a special mold pan filled with minced or diced octopus, tempura scraps, pickled ginger, and green onion. Yeah, takoyaki, I would highly recommend. It is fried octopus. While calamari is fried squid, which is also very good. And if you can probably tolerate fried squid, you can tolerate fried octopus. Have you guys tried frog's legs? I have not. I'd be willing to try it out at some point, but I have not had the opportunity. Alright. Keep on going on through. Yeah, I've heard good things about frog's legs. I can't really say I've ever talked to someone who's actually had frog's legs. About oxtail? No. Haven't had like oxtail. Probably was one of the most basic eaters to know. Yeah, that's true. That is true. So Frankie has not been exposed to a great many foods. That is a thing. And we're about at 500,000, so probably stop here. Our big down here in Florida? Interesting. I was not aware of that. How? Why would you grab that? I guess that, yeah. I'm trying to figure out the logic there for that entity. That's odd. Alright, we're good. We are good to go. Oh, I completely forgot, like, I had leftover red envelopes from, I think, the last season. And we still have them now in Felix. That's funny. That is funny. Alright. So, this next match, if we do end up on Orman, I'm probably not going to respond to chat a lot. I'm going to be just focused in on the game and demonstrating why Boilover is OP. Because the YouTube video is literally just going to be, is Boilover OP? The answer is yes. We very much see the answer to be yes. Also, Scourgehook Deadman Switch is just stupid good. I'm not a huge fan of sushi either. That's fair. Raw fish is definitely hard for people. So that's fair. You know what you'd probably would like though? If like fried squid or octopus like piques your interest, tempura rolls would probably pique your interest because it's usually like lightly fried in a batter. So tempura rolls would probably be something that you might not mind. Which tempura rolls are very good. I haven't had good sushi in a long while. I miss good sushi. I don't know if I would trust, like, unless it's, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if I would trust sushi places out here, to be honest. Tempura roll. I think for the most part, it's like fried crab. Tempura roll. Sushi. And it's usually like fried crab. I guess there's shrimp tempura, there's crab tempura, to be fair. But like lobster tempura rolls. It is a type of sushi. It's usually fried food in place of the fish. So it's sometimes added like alongside fish, but sometimes it's just like fried shrimp in sushi. So you don't have raw fish, but you'd have like fried shrimp in the sushi roll, which would be rice, some vegetable, the fried shrimp or fried crab or fried lobster, what have you, some vegetable, stuff like that. That sounds delicious. Yeah. So like I said, like it's not traditional sushi, or like nigiri roll. Is it a roll? No, it's not a roll. Nigiri. But like tempura roll would probably be up your alley, as well as probably like California roll, which is avocado in place of the fish. So I'd try out tempura roll and California roll. See if you like it. That way you can, like, if someone goes, I want to go get some sushi, you can be like, okay, sure, you know, as long as they have a California roll or a tempura roll on where to get that. Usually any, like, place that sells sushi will probably, like, have a tempura roll. Sweet potato roll is also another really good one. That's sweet potato in place of the fish as well. Yes, nigiri is just sliced fish over rice, but is nigiri a type of sushi? It's not a roll, obviously, but it's a type of sushi, right? All right. Hate sweet potato? Okay, in that case, don't have the sweet potato roll. All right, but we are on the Mount Ormond Resort, and we brought the killer here for a few reasons. Hi, Deathslinger. No, thank you. Why is every Deathslinger their grandmother bringing frickin' Fearmonger? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I tried to catch that corner. Alright, we run now. So we brought Slinger Boy here to Ormond to try and demonstrate why Boilover is currently busted. So he's chasing me. I don't think I win this chase. We could probably loop him for a bit, but actually Fearmonger has my perk on cooldown. So we're gonna get downed up here. We're gonna start recovering with Flip-Flop Unbreakable. So he's gonna break, which is fine. And let's see if with that break, he actually gets me to a hook. Hence why, I think Boilover's a bit broken. Just a tiny bit. Because now if he stays in chase of me, I don't think he's able to get me to a hook. So instead of there, because he did break that, we're gonna go here. Hi, friend. How you doing? You doing good? And he says goodbye. I like that. Seriously enough, and the fact of the matter is that I missed some great skill checks on the wiggle, and I was still able to not get him to make sure he didn't get to the hook. But like here, especially, I don't think there's any way that he gets me to a hook now if I bring him here. So this is just like a fantastic example of like why Boilover is broken. Like I don't think it has any business being as ridiculous as it is on specific maps. And I do want to make that clear. New Boilover is busted on specific maps. Some maps have no opportunity for Boilover. This map, there's nothing that Slinger can theoretically do if I go up there. So every time he chases me, we're just gonna go up there and he can't do anything. We're just gonna have a chat He'll give me a quick, good old head nod and call it a day. Other maps like this that I'm, like, concerned about, honestly, is, like, things like Thompson House. Even Cold Tower. Deadman Switch is activated. Okay, he does have Deadman Switch. Even Cold Tower, I'm a little bit concerned about, in some ways. Is he going to the suck? He doesn't have Starstruck. Ooh, he got that, and it actually deactivated my frickin' balance for a second there. That's nutty. But doesn't matter. Haddonfield is probably disabled due to the visual rework, but if it wasn't for that fact, I think Haddonfield would be just as busted with Boilover right now. I think once Haddonfield comes out, it's going to be really busted with Boilover, to be honest. Also, I just realized, I don't think my bounce lane actually activated there. Run, Tink, Run. I love that name. Alright. Let's just chill out here. I'm hoping that someone comes and heals me. Alright, let's wait and see if we hear him. Yep, so he's gonna come. They really need to do something about Boilover? Oh, 100%. Alright, we're gonna just... Oh, we don't have balance right now, actually. I just realized something. I just realized that. We're gonna drop this. Ooh, maybe not. I still don't think he's gonna be able to get me. Let's find out. If he goes down the stairs, then maybe. And he's gonna do just that. But we force him to the stairs. Oh, there's one right there. Okay, so he does get that there. Yeah, I think if you go to that room, I don't think there's ever an instance where he does get that. But because we were able to drop the pallet, we weren't able to get there. Alright, looks like... Did he pop the gen? I don't know. We're just gonna work on this. Hi, Meg. Got that through thyself. I appreciate it. Oh, that's right. Deadman Switch activates even if one person jumps off of it. Completely forgot about that. Meg needs to go for the unhook. I'll try and complete this. If she doesn't go for the unhook now, we're in trouble. Where you at, Sling Boy? Alright, he just broke that door, so here's what I'm gonna do. Hi, Slinger! How you doing, buddy? Once you learn how to quickscope Slinger, he's lethal, 100%. Okay, so we got a little bit of time with Flip-Flop. Not much, but it'll be enough. Now, as long as we hit our great skill checks, I think we should be able to get out no matter what. He has to go down the stairs. And he doesn't get it. Now we're just gonna go back up. And he's forced to leave me. Let's stay here. We're just gonna recover. Let's see if he gets there. But, like, he's gonna have to... Like, this is Slinger. Keep in mind that this is specifically something that Slinger can do and drag the survivor around. But that's not something that everyone can do. And now we have Unbreakable. He might just slug me out, which is fine. But we have Unbreakable Flip-Flop, so we can just 99 it, and he can just watch me bleed out if he wants. While everyone else heals and does gens. Like, we're just going to 99 Unbreakable and call it a day. So, I may have forgotten about something. The interaction on Unbreakable Yeah, I have to cancel it. It's no longer hold. I need to disable that. I think he also might be slugging me to death. Just a thought there. I think he might be slugging me to death. Alright, so, yeah, I need to turn off the toggle interact, I think. I need to turn off toggle interact. Because, yeah, Unbreakable did that. We have flip-flop, so, like, he can't do anything. Even if he were to try and bring me to basement, it wouldn't matter. But he's going to wait the full 4 minutes and let them get the gens, and honestly, I don't blame him. Because he literally can't do anything against me. This is broken, just a little bit. Alright, we're just going to crawl over this way. There's the exit gate. Now, is there a hook over here? If there is a hook over here, I can't crawl out, I don't think. If there isn't, though, then I think I'm fine. Hi, Slinger Boy. How you doing, bud? I mean, yeah, he's just going to watch me bleed. So, I need to just check, is there or is there not a hook down there? If there is not a hook down there... Okay, well, so we have flip-flop. I don't think he knew about flip-flop. So we just need to make sure we dodge his shot. And we're up. Bye, Slinger! It's just so broken right now. Like, on certain maps, there's very little the killer can do. But GG, well played to the survivors and the Slinger. I mean, it's so rough. It really is. Like, we go to that corner, and once you know a specific place, it's like RPD. It's like RPD in a nutshell. You go to top of library, and now you've made top of library and RPD a thing in Ormond. You've made top of library and RPD a thing in Cold Tower, and Ironworks of Misery, and Blood Lodge. Like, any map that has a drop down where either the killer takes a long roundabout way to get downstairs without dropping off, you have basically made the equivalent of RPD library now by using a single perk. It is ridiculously busted right now, and I definitely think they may have overtuned it. Just a little bit. And by a little bit, a lot of it. A lot of it, actually. My heart actually skipped a beat where he shot right there. I thought he was going to hit you for some reason. Oh, he is close. If he was a little bit more patient, he would have gotten it. I specifically faked a certain way to make sure that he fired. Because he tried to catch me at the door, but I dipped. And so it took him longer. And then from there, I knew that if I faked out, he would go for the shot, without a doubt. Alright, so because I'm going to make that a video, I'm actually going to end the stream here, so I have a bit of time to edit it up real quick over in Twitch because my Adobe is busted and I need to figure it out. But with that being said, we are going to end the stream there. As always, if you guys did enjoy the show, please make sure to hit that follow button. If you haven't already, though, check out our Extra Life campaign. We're trying to help your kids at Sanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. We'll do some bid at another day. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. But on that note, we are going to go raid the little Rugard, the man, the myth, the legend himself. That being said, we'll see you tomorrow at 10 p.m. CST for some Final Fantasy XIV. Bye-bye!